Hi folks, welcome to episode number 35 of the Masks of Nyarlathotep campaign here at Immortals Inc. in Rocky River, Ohio on the west side of Cleveland. We're down one player this week due to some medical issues, but we do have four in spite of one who appears to be missing. I'm John, the keeper for the session, and let's start off with everybody introducing themselves and their character.
I'm Mel. I play a criminal named L. Montgomery.
I'm Hugh. I play a physicist by the name of Robert Roland Kurtz. Sorry.
And my name's Richard McGuire, and I play a hobo named Samus.
And over here, Nate, who stepped away for a moment, plays Dr. Sean O'Donnell. And for those of you who are here, go ahead and give me a die roll, please.
Is this for what happened last week?
It is. You don't know.
I watched the video, but I don't remember.
See, you watched the video.
A one, you're number one.
I didn't see your roll. What did you get?
A 6.
Okay. So, you said you watched the video.
Yeah, but what seemed more like a recap.
Well, a lot of it was.
A lot of it was, yeah. It was a good recap, but there was some things that we did as well. That's probably...
Well, do you remember, from the recap part, do you remember where we are?
Well,
Egypt.
are we still in Egypt?
We are still in Egypt. And do you remember what last happened to your character?
My character decided to take on a god, and she ended up drooling on herself because she lost her mind. And for some reason, he let us go.
So, when you took on the god, do you remember what you did?
I held up a totem for Isis.
Yes, and professed your faith in Isis.
Correct.
And he didn't like that.
Correct. And we also saw the Carlisle expedition get annihilated.
Mm-hmm. To a man or woman. Which, you may recall, you had some compelling evidence that
Sorry.
was wrong.
Yes.
Why?
I missed the roll-off.
You did miss the roll-off, but we're recapping, and Mel lost the roll-off, which is a challenge for her since she wasn't here last session.
Yeah.
So we're kind of collaborating on the recap.
Some of the things that we did for the recap. We went over contacts, who are big bads that we've met, our artifacts that we own, books that we have.
Resources and leads. Yeah. And then
Were we going to go talk to the mystic woman in
that
Egypt?
was on the list of things that you guys definitely wanted to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was kind of the last. And like I said, I did watch last week's and try to recap, but I've also been sick for a couple weeks. So
Totally fair. Anybody
little
have anything
medicine
else
heady.
they wanted to add to that?
We're all gonna die.
No.
Some of you might just go insane. You won't necessarily all die.
We did talk to... We haven't gone to the Mystic Woman yet,
okay.
but we decided to...
The mystic woman, for the record, Nuri of El Wasta.
Right, whose son was a part of the Carlisle expedition when he was...
No.
When they were,
it was the Carlisle. Yeah.
when they were
There's
here,
another expedition going on right now. I'm trying to remember. Clive.
which we still haven't done any investigations on, but we have a lot of information about because we've talked to William... No, not William. Bassart. Is his name
Bassart?
I think you're thinking of Von Huvelen.
No.
No, Von Huvelen
We
was
talked
the
to him.
drunk
He was
German.
drunk.
Von Huvelen was the drunk who had been part of the Clive expedition.
Yeah, we did talk to him.
You played the recording of the middleman.
You're talking about Warren
Yeah,
Bassart?
Warren
Retired.
Bassart. Yeah, we talked to Warren Bassart,
Yeah.
who probably is also sort of lost his mind because he saw
Well, that's how we got to know about the Mystic Woman and her son.
and her son.
Because it was a really cool audio file that we couldn't hear because it was, like you
We
said,
have the
cutting in and out.
transcripts, and I think in these transcripts, he tells us all about his experience at the Carlisle expedition, and a lot of it is just reconfirmation of what we already thought happened at the Bent Pyramid, with the secret room, with the stuff that Jack Brady told our other
Who
the
wasn't,
other group.
he didn't elaborate as much as this guy.
Brady.
Correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Brady was just like, it was some freaky stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
The army of the Sphinx or whatever, right?
yeah, like these creatures that came out of the sands.
All right. So what? Yeah. And Warren seen all of it with enough detail that where he lost his mind. So he witnessed like the death of it maybe hundreds of people, probably sacrificed to whatever ritual that the Carlyles did at the pyramid when they came out. Devoured, leaving only 5 of them standing in blood-soaked sand. And then he fainted, and he didn't know how long. But when he came back to, I think that's when the mystic woman took care of him to sort of like nurse him back to health.
And that's Bassart.
That's Bassart.
And we have not talked to him.
You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The other
That's all
one, the sun. What was the mystic sun's?
I don't know the son's name, but I know my notes say that the mystic woman's name is Mary. Maybe I do have the son's name now.
But when we were discussing last time, we were talking about how the real genesis of, it seems like all of this wasn't Carlisle himself. It was this psychic, or the princess as they were calling her. I'm trying to remember her name from the original expedition.
Yeah, we did talk about that too. She has 2 names. And these are names that are
The ones that.
So
The one
you
that
don't
we
think
destroyed her
that-
temple. That.
Nitocris.
The artifacts that were stolen from Egypt were the trigger of everything.
No, all of this sort
not
of
at all. I think the trigger of everything, the genesis of all of this was this.
You're talking about Noeru.
Noeru,
yeah.
right. Who also goes by a different name, which I did take a
Well,
note
they were
of.
calling her the princess or something like that.
Oh, that's what Carlisle referred to her as, his African princess.
That's right. But yeah.
See, now that's difficult to come across because it's actually one of the first handouts we got were those medical records.
Yep.
And there was a lot in those medical records
Yes.
that we should pass that around. Like, here, you
Yeah.
take it this week, and then
Yeah,
because there's a lot
that's
to
kind of
it.
the intent with the handouts.
Yeah.
For people to check them out, and it's good that you guys keep going back to them. But yeah, there's merit in taking the time to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had one player actually read them all, but the summary wasn't that in depth. So
Yeah, and she had the documents for like the first couple weeks of our sessions too, so no one really had an opportunity to read them.
and we just kind of went off of her cliff notes, but there's a lot in there that, as we were going through them and peeking through, we're like, oh wow, there's a ton of more stuff that
Yes, they're deep.
very, because it goes in depth about Carlisle's dreams and why he was having them and why he was compelled to meet up with this girl, and then how she basically got him and the doctor involved in going on this expedition to begin with.
Do we feel there's more there that needs to be reread, or?
Probably, that was me only going through like 3/4 of it.
I browsed it when we first got the handout, so it was a long time ago.
Almost a year now.
Yeah, yeah, heart and soul. Honestly, I don't remember what the first game session date was. I probably have it written down somewhere, but not in front of me.
You can just look at Facebook, see when the recording video
Good point.
was
Yeah.
posted.
Yeah, so we have the transcript of Bassart's speech. And a lot of what he says is pretty much what
Hey Hugh, can I see that
we've
folder?
confirmed already.
So right now, when we left off, though, we hadn't taken really any real actions yet.
No, we pretty much ended our night leaving the bar or with Bassart, but that's it.
Bassart was in a stupor, if
Yeah.
I remember right.
Yeah,
he was
he was
high.
high as a kite.
I gave him some opiates or something to calm him.
And you gave him money for more hashish.
Yeah, because I felt pity for him.
Yeah, he clearly lost his fucking mind.
Yes, so the leads you had to follow up. Was Nuri the only thing you were interested in?
I think right now we still have to.
Well, we wanted to check out
investigate.
that other site too, because it's linked to the Penhew Foundation, which means nothing good could be happening there.
Yeah. That would be in the Clive expedition, which is at. Where's that at again?
It's either
Medea?
Isa or it's that city south on the Nile River.
It's
Yeah, I thought it
They're
was
at
so
Memphis.
Memphis.
further south.
They're at Memphis.
This will go back a little bit, but what is Carlisle back with his sister now? I forget.
Yeah,
I dropped
you
him off.
guys dropped him off.
Okay.
When I say you guys specifically,
Yeah. Yeah, what we don't know is like what kind of media is like going on about it. Like, you know, I can only imagine the headlines. You know.
I think they were keeping quiet.
Okay. Oh, good.
I think that was the agreement. I think that was what Samus had suggested, and I think Erica was going along with not exactly advertising that he had returned
Okay.
and that he was institutionalized.
Okay.
How is Mel doing? Or how is Elle doing, rather?
I hear I'm in an institution.
Or bed rest at the hotel with a doctor that comes by or something.
I think that's I think that's the more probable case,
Yeah.
given the caliber of the hotel
Our personal
That-
head shrinker isn't here today.
Right.
that you're staying at. But I think it's reasonable to say that Trinidad would probably be caring for you. So I'm going to go ahead and see how Trinidad's care is working out for you. What is your current stability?
-9.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. From all the healing we immediately did after the
Yeah,
events.
and the fact that there was a moment of heroic inspiration
that's
there.
right.
I'm seeing a 4.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So you're actually, functional at that point. You're not in the negatives.
I might have some fear of leaving the house at this point, but I'm
I
probably still talking.
think it's reasonable for you to have acquired a phobia based on your experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think, feel free to disagree with me, but I
Fear of
think
pyramids.
I was going to go a little further than that. Hieroglyphics seem to me like the thing that you might be just
All of a sudden,
utterly,
yeah.
you could pretty much get a PTSD hit in the presence of hieroglyphics.
Perfect.
Perfect. Good thing I can't read them. No need for me to be
Doesn't matter. They
Staring
all
at 'em.
say the same thing, that you're doomed.
right. Yeah, little PTSD.
Yeah. Does that seem fitting to you?
Yes.
Okay, we'll run with that then. Anything else that we need to address before we kind of dive into things?
What was on the coin?
A symbol of Isis.
Okay, so it is a hieroglyph.
It is, and that might be the one exception.
Okay. Because that more than likely
'Cause
that's still
probably
on
a
my
comfort
person.
a comfort item
Yeah,
for you. Yeah.
right. That's still probably on my person, and I probably wouldn't be looking at it, but I'd probably be playing with it at some point.
Yeah.
You know.
Probably kind of a worry stone.
Yeah.
type
Exactly.
thing.
Well, it's good to know that I'm not completely gone.
Anybody else have anything that they need to?
Can we refresh from my memory on something of the original Carlisle
Try.
expedition? Okay, we got Professor Bolus Ayand? Is that his name?
No. The original Carlisle expedition. So there's Roger Carlisle,
Mm-hmm.
Jack Brady,
Right.
Mawaver, Hypatia Masters. Hypatia is Hypatia. Masters is exactly what it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
She was a bit of a dilettante and known as a photographer. Dr. Robert Houston, Huston. He was essentially Carlisle's psychologist. And Sir Aubrey Penhew.
Okay. So we know Penhew's dead.
Well,
We killed him.
you're pretty sure he's dead.
No. All right. Well, deceased ones, at least.
Yeah.
Jack's gone. We have no one.
Well,
He's
presumably.
So
Yeah.
that guy from New England that we met in China was not part of the original Carlisle episode?
Absolutely not.
I thought he was.
No.
We don't know anything about that person.
We don't know what happened to Professor.
Well, no, you shouldn't say you don't know anything about him. Right? Because certainly Samus knows a little bit about him. You did know that he was a member of the Silver Twilight Lodge.
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about, what's another C name, wasn't it?
Carl Sandbury or Stanford or something?
Yeah, you're right. Carl Stanford
Mm-hmm.
was studying with Ho Fang.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So not a good guy. Well, on one of these handouts here, they have the paper from the Carlisle expedition. So this is 1919, mind you, so it's a little ways back. But in it, it mentions Professor Bulos Ayam.
You spell that for me?
Sure. It is Boulosayad.
I don't know that name at all, so I'm going to need some context. Let's take a look.
First guy on the far left.
Oh, he's one of the local hosts. Yeah, he was the consultant that they brought in
Probably
As-
dead then.
as a local Egyptian language specialist.
So he probably died when the Carlisle expedition had their funkiness. Because I don't remember it being mentioned anywhere, but
Yeah,
if you don't know
we-
it, then it's probably not a lead that we need to look into.
do you have a cop talk skill?
I do.
Yeah, you find records of him going missing during the time of the expedition.
So, most likely.
Before the expedition departed Egypt.
Most likely dead.
Yeah. And according to Bassart, there were after that the chaos that erupted out of the sands. There were only 5 people standing after all that. We could assume that it's going to be
Well, we know it was Penhew.
Penhew,
Um,
Masters, Carlisle, the Doctor, and probably Omar Al-Shakti. Because I think in that note, in the transcript, there was a robed figure. I'm going to guess that is probably Omar.
So you think the psychiatrist is still alive?
I think
I think they're all
probably,
alive.
yeah. Probably. The only one that I would question would be Hypatia, because she really wasn't part of the occult part of it. I think she was more
She
of a
went in.
hanger-on.
She went in the temple. Now, what's interesting is that
She
when
didn't come out then.
No, she did, but she was sick. So I have a
I thought
theory about that too.
Mawar, or the African princess, was the one who was sick. Hypatia was the one who was sick.
Yes.
Oh, so she got impregnated. with
That's what I
the-
think.
With the
With the spawn.
spawn of whatever.
Mhm.
It's
Yep. That's exactly what I think.
reckless speculation, but you never know.
Yeah. So weeks
Just
later.
because a woman got sick, she's pregnant.
Also
Probably.
because it's a Lovecraft thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to understand,
Right.
H.P. Lovecraft was
Got
a
it.
horrible, misogynistic, racist dick. There, I said it.
He was more than just misogynistic. He was also a total gynophobe. I mean, women terrified the dude.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He was a racist, anti-Semitic prick.
But he also took criticism very seriously, and I think when people started to sort of like call him out on it, it's hard to know if he would have changed.
Right.
You know?
Q, just Google the name of his cat.
Yeah, I know. But I'm saying, like, he probably along with a couple other mental problems, he took criticism very seriously. So he probably would have, like, had some inner reflection thinking about, like, this stuff, you know? Like, if people called him out on it. But, you know, he fucking died young, so...
It's also the 30s, so people weren't really going to call him out.
Yeah,
on it.
Exactly.
That's just
His
the way-
wife did.
Well, yeah.
That's
Really
why she
married a
left
very
him.
long time.
Yeah, because she was just like, I'm not going to be with your fucking racist.
Yeah.
Goodbye. And that's the turning point, I think, in his life. 'cause
So,
it really
okay.
changed it.
I didn't mean to get us.
Anyway,
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so all right, so Carlisle, Masters, Aubrey, and Houston went inside the bent pyramid, and it was Jack Brady that came up to tell him that they disappeared.
Wait. Who went in?
These are the
Carlisle-
five.
The four
Right.
four of them went in. Carlisle, Masters, Aubrey, and Houston all went into the bent pyramid. And then when the sun came up, they all reappeared.
In Houston. So,
Penny did not go in?
Yeah, Penny,
yeah, Penhue. But what about...
Sir Aubrey.
Oh, she wasn't there.
Who?
The African princess girl.
No,
No,
wasn't.
she disappeared, according to Brady's transcript, like right after they got into Cairo or something like that.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And then
She's
the
on-
middleman and Brady watched it. They didn't
Okay.
participate.
So she left Egypt before the bent pyramid.
Or the group.
We
We'll
can
have
check
to
out
take a look.
China's...
Yeah, look at.
I'm just trying to get this timeline straight because we've gotten to a point where this is like...
It's complicated.
Yeah,
There is
there's
no
a lot
question.
of...
There
Like, if
are
we were to
a
put
lot
up, like,
of
the
moving
string
pieces.
diagram, we'd look like the weird conspiracy theorist stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. You wouldn't be wrong.
Okay, so
That's not a half bad idea.
Draw
I mean,
it
I'm
out.
more visual. I'm like,
yeah, so they disappear into the bent pyramid, and they were gone the whole time until the next sunrise, and they come out.
She disappeared.
And they're different. And then Sir Aubrey forbids them from talking about it. However, what's interesting to note here is that the diggers and a lot of people that were working with the group left. They sort of like fled the expedition, and this is the first time that we are introduced to the mystic woman who came up to Bassart, and she was in the area because her son worked with the Carlisle expedition. That's this woman, Mary, who says that they're leaving them because the Carlisles consorted with an ancient evil.
does she know? We haven't talked to her yet.
We haven't talked to her yet. No, that's kind of where we're hovering
yeah,
right
I
now.
think we need to ask her.
And according to Brady, Muave, she left when they got to Cairo. She disappeared.
Yeah. So we don't
So,
really know
where
what
she went
is,
or
yeah.
what happened with her.
Yeah. Now, she is from Kenya or something. Or Nairobi. So chances are she is probably there. She's our nemesis when we get to Nairobi. Anyway, then the old woman says, if you need proof, go to the moon, or go to this location after dark. And then this guy, he says, I'm an idiot, I went. And that's when he's seeing all this crazy shit happen.
Right.
Some brick
Shit
wall,
bursts out of the sand. And,
eats a bunch of people,
like, ate all the porters and... Yeah.
and then a robed figure that remained. And
That robe figure could technically have been the Black Pharaoh for all we know. I mean, we met the deity.
Yeah, we saw some stuff coming out of the sand too. I mean,
yeah, it says
So-
they remained and one other robed person. He says person though.
The Pharaoh looked like a person.
Earl looked like a
Really?
hot guy.
Yeah, a really perfect human.
Yeah.
That's not a person.
It's just conjecture though. So
Nobody's perfect.
Then he lost his mind, and then it was pretty much brought back to health by this woman, but he's still suffering from some serious problems, which now is addicted to opium. The end.
Well, that's a good way to end.
Yeah.
Better than go crazy. Or both.
okay.
But it's interesting that this photo has Omar in the picture. And a couple other people, I don't know if we recognize or not.
Well, the professor, the only one that I was thinking about was the Professor Ayan, the first one there. Most likely he's dead. We're guessing, but most likely. Mr. Warren Bassart, we met him, he's crazy. Omar Al-Shakti,
You haven't met him.
we haven't met him, but he is,
Oh, that's everybody. It is everybody.
I want to say Mufasa, but it wasn't Mufasa, it was
Najar. So, what was the?
our old compatriots. Not Mufasa. It was
Mustafa.
Mustafa, thank you. Mustafa hated that guy.
Bassart.
because- No, not Bassart.
It was Najar then.
Najar.
That's right. Called him a hacker, a cheat, and everything else.
No, Al-Shakti, I thought.
No.
Oh, it's Najar. Najar's dead, though.
Yeah, he died.
He died
After he
yeah,
met you guys.
after he stole the stuff and then met us and then died.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because he stole stuff from the
Mm-mm.
Black Pharaoh.
Bassart stole stuff from Al-Shakti and sold it to Najar.
And then Najar.
who sold it to Carlisle.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is an interesting connection, though. It is how did Najar get hooked up with Carlisle to sell him the stuff that Bassart stole?
Well, Penyu had a lot of connections in Cairo.
And money opens a lot of doors.
Okay. So really, we just need to. Any other questions, actually, Nate?
I'm thinking, I'm just trying to lead down. Have we met Dr. Robert Houston?
No, he was a
Okay.
part of this expedition. Just
Sir Aubrey Penhew, though, he is,
probably blowed up,
yeah.
but we don't know.
Well, I put
First
it-
you shot him.
yeah, we put a
And
lot
then
of
you
rounds.
nuked him.
Yeah. So,
Well, we also blew him up with a grenade, and then we nuked him. So
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I put a Tommy gun into him.
Yeah, and I think my character walked up to him as he's like.
That's 3 ways there that he was
Yeah.
killed.
Yeah, we blew his
So-
face off, blew his body apart, and then
Incinerated
evaporated
everything else.
Everything.
So I'm going to put
I
times
think
3.
they did a few more than that for Rasputin, but sure, we'll go with that.
Okay, so
Well, we, of course.
So how many people do we have left out of the 5?
Well, we don't know where the psychiatrist is. We've never met him. We don't know where the dilettante girl is. We've never met her.
Yep.
And
She
we don't
went
know where
missing.
the princess
Right?
is.
Right.
Princess.
well, we haven't
Two
met
of them we've met, and one of them we killed.
we haven't met Al-Shakti.
That's right.
Well,
We
that's
haven't
not
met.
true. Carlisle himself is still alive, also.
Yes, I'm kind of crossing him out because he's currently in New York and crazy.
Yeah, cat attack. So.
We haven't met Dr. Robert Houston.
Nope.
Jack Brady is dead in China. We haven't met the princess. So, of the original expedition, really, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people that we haven't confronted or met yet.
4?
Al-Shakti,
Seems like a lot.
we haven't met him.
He's not
Well-
a part of the expedition.
Yeah, he was.
He's a dignitary here in
I
Cairo.
mean, he was.
I mean, yeah. We can assume that he is a part of this.
He doesn't pass the
Conspiracy here.
sniff test.
Yeah.
Hypatia Masters,
Yeah, that's one in Houston.
Houston, and Moab.
Right. I guess she is technically a part of the original.
I think she's probably the genesis of all this from reading
We'll have
those
to
things.
review that, certainly.
Like, she was kind of the one pushing Carlisle, and his dreams got weirder when he met her. All right.
what's interesting too is that well, we don't know where the stronghold for the Kenyan cult is. Well, I should say the Bloody Tongue. And
That was in New York.
yeah, where Carlisle came from. So we don't know if this chick, this psychic, has anything to do with the Bloody Tongue in New York. Maybe she was like the founder of the cult in New York. Only if we were able to kidnap and interrogate that old man Silas, or the leader of the cult in New York before they died.
Oh well. Can't win them all. Alright, so where do we want to go first? Do we want to go to this dig site, or do we want to meet this woman?
The woman.
I want to meet
I think we need to go to the woman.
We need to ask her who.
Just try to narrow down some of these details. 'Cause she knows some shit.
But on the other hand, it doesn't seem like she was directly trying to interfere with anything either.
We also know
She's
that
smart.
we also know that Omar al-Shakti is the head of the Dark Brotherhood here in Egypt.
That's right. So we probably don't want to go knocking on his door
Yeah. Yet.
yet. We certainly need to figure out a way to cripple the cult or kill the leadership here while we're here. Because we need to, quote unquote, purify this area.
We also need to make the seal, don't we?
And we need to make the seal. But that's a day. And the ritual is.
And we
a couple
definitely
hours.
messed up a lot of their crap when we kind of blew up that sarcophagi
Yep, that's what I
and
think
met
too.
the Black Pharaoh.
And we banished the
What you
Black
talking
Pharaoh.
about?
Sure you do. You dream about it daily.
I don't have any idea what you're referring to.
Alright, so off to find this.
Yeah.
To Memphis.
I think the old
Well,
lady
Memphis
first.
or to find.
Isn't she?
She's in
Client
Alwasta.
expedition is in Memphis.
And I think
We'll
it's
hit
further.
Memphis on the way back.
That's right. I think.
Okay.
I think Memphis is, or Alwasta is
Alwasta is further south
than
than
Memphis.
Memphis.
So then we'll
And come
head
back
back
up.
up.
Okay.
Right. So if we don't die in Alwasta, we can die in Memphis.
Okay.
Right.
We'll get there right around the time of sun setting,
Of course.
I have the song "Walking in Memphis" stuck in my head now. I'm sorry.
Now you got it stuck in my head. Thanks. Thanks.
That's what I'm here for.
Alright. No.
All right. So, how are you guys planning on getting to Alwasta?
Train.
Dimensional gate.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Don't we know how to do that yet?
Not yet.
I don't know why we should know how to do that.
If one of you want to try, I'm open to that possibility. Anyone?
No.
Volunteers?
Nope.
Who's got the spell? I'll do it. If you got the spell, I'll say it.
I don't think we have dimensional teleportation spell.
Although we've gone through many of them in the past couple days.
Right.
I mean, if somebody wants to try to reverse engineer it, I'm open to this.
I'd love to. That's totally right up Kurtz's alley.
It is. Kurtz wants to spend some time doing that?
Maybe like on the downtime.
Well, how much time you guys want to spend sitting around in Cairo while Kurtz does this?
We've already spent a couple days, haven't we?
I think a train works just
And
fine.
what date are we up to?
We are, last time that I marked on here, it was the 25th. That was Thursday of June, 1925.
And what was the date you guys came out of the...
well,
town?
Yeah, we lost.
You
Yeah.
lost several days.
yes, it was the 17th.
That you
came
went in.
That we went in, so it was 3 days later, so it was the 20th when we
So
came
it's
out.
been 5 days.
It's been 5
Okay.
days.
That's
Yeah.
So why don't we assume that it is now, you said Thursday was the last day?
Yeah.
Let's bump it to the morning of Friday,
Okay.
26th, before you guys are ready to leave Cairo.
All right.
Nate, when is the full moon?
The full
The
moon.
last day of the month, no?
Um,
No, that's the half.
We've missed it for this month. The next
Yeah,
full
next
moon is going to be on the 6th of July.
And that is like
That is going to be 1
week 8
1 week,
days.
2 weeks,
2 weeks.
2 weeks and 2 days.
That's
So
perfect.
16 days from today.
Okay.
We won't be ready by then.
Yes, we will, man. Come on.
So you guys are heading south on the train to Elwasta. Elwasta is not a sprawling metropolis. Elwasta is a village at best. There is not, in fact, a train to Elwasta. There is a train to the nearest city of note, which is about a half hour from Elwasta by
Camel?
Well,
Car? Truck? Whatever.
camel. I mean, it's going to be a caravan a small caravan that you're traveling with. Mostly, you're going to end up walking with a group to Elwasta, following a not real altogether their trail. Elwasta is it's basically a small village where it just happens that a few different trails, streets intersect there, and so it's got a small bazaar in town. Mostly people are trading handmade goods and agriculture products. So there's sheep, camels, goats, probably some pigs available for trade, and at the same time there are assorted handmade goods. We're looking at a town, maybe when the bazaar is packed, 700-800 people. Again,
Do we have our young friend with us?
he was kind of hesitant to leave Cairo. He knows his way around Cairo, but he was not in a real rush to. You're talking about Mahmoud.
Yeah.
He was not in a real rush to leave the city. Did you pressure him to come with you?
No, if I don't want him to be like, I ain't going.
Yeah.
Then, no,
He clearly looked pretty uncomfortable about the idea of leaving Cairo.
I watched the hotel.
Yeah, pretty much. I will watch the room service.
Mhm.
Yeah. But that begs a question that follows on from that. The language that's spoken here is Arabic. Who knows Arabic?
Yeah, a few of us do.
Okay.
So there's no British military presence here.
No.
No police department of any sorts.
There's probably the equivalent of a town sheriff. I'm not sure what the word for that offhand would be here, but
why are you looking
small
to get into
local
a tussle?
lawman.
Well, I'm just saying if there's no law around here, then we could just be attacked randomly, and
Yeah, because we are the.
we are the foreigners.
You guys very clearly stick
Sticking
out
out.
like sore thumbs. No question about it.
So if you have British military presence, then you don't have as much fear, right?
It's reasonable.
Do you think we should go to the like our first stop after coming is going to the local constable to like introduce ourselves and say that
No.
we'll be here for a day?
Well, that's up to you.
No.
I just was trying to scope out the paranoia to see how bad this is going to be.
I'm going to have coin that I can give to people and ask for this lady.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. If you guys want to talk to the constable.
So that's your plan. You're going
That's my
around
plan.
the bazaar,
I'm looking for
The witchy woman?
what was her name? We had a name on her.
Nuri,
Nuri?
No, yeah.
so you're going around asking for Nori.
the wise woman.
Yes.
Looking for
Okay.
a wise woman.
Are you doing this by yourself or are people accompanying? Who's accompanying you?
You know what? I'm gonna kind of follow him,
Okay.
shadow him
Sure.
through the bazaar shop, but keep my eye on him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll buy stuff too to sort of like kind of keep people's interest in us,
Sure.
So dates and whatever other like fruits, stuff that
Sure.
I
What?
can eat.
The
like
poison
Dates,
dates.
figs.
figs, yeah.
Bad dates.
Don't look at me. I don't have any money and I can't speak the language.
So you're just going to be the tough that stands behind him?
Yeah.
Or- okay. So first booth you get to is assorted agricultural type things. So yeah, there's dates, there's figs, there's a couple other dried fruits and other goods that are reasonably stable in the arid environment here. And the merchant says, You should try some of these. They are the very best you will find anywhere south of Cairo.
I'm sure they are. But my tastes are more. I'm looking for someone in particular. Perhaps you can help me.
Ah, what sort of woman are you looking for?
A wise woman.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the sort I was expecting.
We're not.
Appreciate the thoughts.
We laugh like with them.
But it's purely academic.
There is little study to be found in this, but you are European. Are you a archaeologist?
Doctor.
A doctor of archaeology?
Doctor of medicine.
Is there a disease you look after?
No, not at all. I'm currently studying local folklore on curative properties.
Ah, you seek medicine. Well, the very finest medicines come from the booth 3 down. I heard excellent things about it, and if you go buy them, she will give me 10%. So please, that booth, right over there.
I'll tell you what.
Why did he ask about archaeology?
I could make a significant purchase
So,
there
I'm going to
if
follow.
you would also happen to point me in the direction of the person I'm looking for.
Ah, and who is the person you are looking for?
Her name is Nuri.
You might as well ask me for Muhammad.
She would stand out. Her son was a porter on an expedition that went awry years ago.
Oh, you're right. That narrows it down tremendously.
Well, in this particular expedition, everyone was killed.
We try not to talk about those sorts of expeditions.
I understand.
All right, Trinidad had given me money. Just reminded me she gave me money.
Trying to remember if I wrote her son's name. Why am I coming back so far? Nope.
She would also have housed a white man for some time.
Oh.
Who was ill?
Perhaps you should ask at one of these 2 booths. And he says the medicine woman, or perhaps if he was ill, she probably would have bought some supplies from the medicine woman. But you Europeans have strange taste in food. Perhaps you should check with the bakery.
Thank you.
Great idea, actually. I flip him a coin.
And snatches it before it even reaches its zenith.
So they've moved on a little bit.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That was what he said. I don't know. You guys didn't tell me what you were doing.
Yeah, the medicine woman I think is promising.
Okay.
So I'll follow up like behind
He
him
doesn't
as
say
like
the
the flow
woman's
of
name
traffic
on
in the market come to the same booth and kind of lean
But
in
he was
and
here
ask
for
him.
2 years, so
I heard you mention something to my friends about archaeology. Who would be the
Your
local?
friends? Who?
Well,
which ones?
I'm- I'm sorry, not friends,
the
but
wait.
the
You do know
Europeans.
Arabic?
Yeah, I know Arabic.
Okay.
Yeah. So the whites, the Europeans, as I look the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Who would be the archaeologist amongst the vendors here that, or would know of an archaeologist?
It's not. There always seem to be archaeologists coming and going throughout all of Egypt. You understand? We are an ancient culture. People come here and all of the Europeans want to know about archaeology. They expect to trip over a mummy when they go down any hallway.
True.
It's uncanny. They expect there to be hieroglyphics all over everything. Look. Do you see any hieroglyphics in my booth? But nonetheless, they expect
No,
them
I
to
don't.
be here.
So I don't get the
Would you
feeling...
like me to draw you some pictures of a scarab?
No. But I don't get the feeling that he doesn't know anyone in particular that would be the question is there. This is always the hard part when...
You could ask to buy some artifacts, some stuff dug up. Maybe he would know where that type of material is. But I can't talk to
anyone selling artifacts.
People are
Well,
selling
everywhere.
all sorts of things for the right amount of money. What is it you're looking for? I may know someone.
Oh, this is gonna get me in trouble. Black Pharaoh.
He looks around.
I'm half crazy, so I'm just like.
I could put you in touch with the Black Pharaoh. Yes.
How soon?
We could go now.
Un momento.
Sounds like a fun side quest.
I think
Nothing
so.
could possibly go wrong.
Right. I almost want to go alone.
What would your character do?
You should probably go alone at this point because she's.
Go right ahead.
Does anybody have eyes on me?
It sounded like Samus did.
Well, I was
Okay.
following them because I can't buy anything or
Okay.
talk to anybody. But yeah, I could be with her if you want me to be.
It's entirely up to you because you
Doesn't
were
matter.
saying that you couldn't say anything, but
That's right.
I assume that meant you were standing by her shoulder.
Yeah. Well, she started fumbling and stumbling, and I just said, "Why don't you ask him about
Yeah.
buying artifacts?"
So I just throw out a name and yeah, let's go. Okay. Who's gonna watch your booth?
The Black Pharaoh.
Oh, apparently we're talking to the right guy. Dun dun.
This is when we find her in a alley somewhere, eviscerated.
Okay. Where's my dice?
All right. So you following?
Yeah.
All right. Samus, are you
Yeah, I'll go along.
going along, or are you trying to follow at a discreet distance?
Does the guy appear to know that me and her are together? I mean, I don't look like an
You look
Egyptian.
like a European.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So
All
I-
four of you look like
So
Europeans.
it's not like I can be very stealthy or anything
You can try.
and fail.
You
I try
can
to send
try.
them. I try to whistle to these two,
Okay.
but I don't know if they're too far ahead or.
Well, you said you were waiting until they had left the booth,
Yeah, I wanted them to move up a little bit,
Yeah.
but yeah.
and you had a brief conversation
So
before
they're moved up.
probably.
I guess I'll follow at a distance.
Okay.
Oh, just run it down.
Go ahead and give me a stealth.
I guess I'll spend the point.
Are
Okay.
you worried
I
about
have
it?
points to spend. 6.
All right. You are
Oh,
pretty sure
this is
I
that
like-
can,
What's
I
the
can walk
son's
like
name?
an Egyptian.
The wizard, the wise woman's son's name.
We don't know.
Okay, I thought we did at one point.
I went through my
Yeah,
notes.
I'll have to look.
I just have Nuri's name, whose son worked on the expedition. That's all my notes say.
All right. So anyway, as I look for that and go down some
All
scary
right.
alleyways.
So you walk away from the booth with the person who is tending it, and the booth is nobody seems to be tending it at this moment. You follow at a discreet distance. You don't think anybody has noticed that you're following, and you've probably donned some kind of a hood so that your features are less obvious, and possibly gloves or bandages to basically cover.
Mummy.
Yeah, well, mostly to make your skin tone less obvious, so that you don't stand out. In the meanwhile, Kurtz and O'Donnell have headed down to a medical booth, and Do either one of you guys want to spend a point on sense trouble?
I think it sounds like that might be a good idea.
Let me see if I have any sense trouble left.
I have 1 point left.
I have all 5 left, so yes, I will spend
Okay.
sense trouble.
Spending a point on sense
Are
trouble.
your spidey senses tingling?
You notice as you walk into the booth that neither Samus nor Elle are following you anymore. They apparently have gone off somewhere on their own. They are not at the booth where you guys were last. They seem to have gone
And looking
somewhere
down the
else.
street, they're
You don't see them.
Damn it!
I thought they were.
I thought they were right behind us.
Yeah.
The hell did they go?
Yeah.
Are you armed?
Yes.
Me too. Let's be on our toes here.
Yeah.
We'll find them in a bit. Let's at least get some info out of these people.
So the two of you go into basically a local medicine woman's tent. She has a variety of different ointments and unguents for a range of different conditions. What is bothering you? How can I be of service? Such strong men as yourselves, what illness could you possibly suffer from? Or is it a private matter?
It's a private matter, but not in the sense that you're thinking.
Oh.
I'm looking for someone.
Aren't we all?
Well, the particular person that I'm looking for, I was told that you would know where she resides. An older lady who took care of a European man for 2 years.
Oh, you speak of Nuri. Yes, you probably want to find your son, Ubaid. Ubaid.
That doesn't sound familiar. I don't remember that name.
No.
Where might we find him?
He is usually begging outside the temple, outside the mosque.
Thanks.
He's a beggar.
Yes,
Son is a beggar.
he only has one arm, his left arm, and not much of a facelift.
Is he wounded?
In the
I
war?
mean, in the war.
He was wounded. I do not know the story.
It's a shame.
Speaking of being wounded in the war, can I take my cane and tap my knee? You have anything to ease that type of pain?
Of course I do. She reaches behind the reaches for a shelf behind the counter and pulls out a bottle, and her hand is kind of shaking a bit as she holds it out to you. This should do it quite well.
What's it made from?
If I tell you everything that has gone into that, you would simply find the ingredients and sell it. I cannot have that, or I will not have a business. But it is good for what ails you. It is only the very best things. It is only 25 Mexican silver dollars.
I'm sorry, you said how much?
25.
20. I mean, that would be a great bargain if I knew what this was. How do
It is the cure for your knee. Your leg will grow back.
And if it's such a cure-all, how come you don't help your shaking?
It is not that kind of cure. But this is a blessing of the gods.
Oh? You were touched by gods?
It is how I know when I have the right and proper materials in the healing process.
Tell you what, since you're so helpful, and because the gentleman down the street said he would be getting 10% of this, and I point at the booth that we were just at, I'll pay your exorbitant price
There's nobody else.
It is a bargain at twice the price.
I'll give you the. Actually, let's see, 25 Mexican silver dollars.
That's a lot of money.
But we get the information we want, so I'm happy with it. So I'll give her what I think that's worth in whatever currency I have.
Yeah, Mexican silver dollars is
Okay.
the most portable currency you guys would have.
So she answered where the sun is. Where's Nuri?
I'm sure Ubaid will help you find Nuri.
You're not here.
I'm not there either. See, and I don't understand what
I'm
you're saying.
I'm
here.
currently on my way to die.
Well,
I'm currently on my way to watch her die.
I think it might be a good idea to put that away very quickly before others know that you have 25 Mexican silver.
Right.
Well, he doesn't anymore.
Right.
No, I'm talking to her.
Oh.
I was going to
Also,
say.
Oh, good
in
point,
fluent
too.
Arabic.
It will be safe. They protect me here.
Oh, you guys should have seen the all-out street ball that almost happened in San Juan when I was there. That's total side questing. It's hilarious.
These people protect you?
Yes. The Brotherhood protects me.
Which brotherhood?
The Brotherhood.
Like the brotherhood that is.
The
your
Brotherhood
neighborhood?
keeps the whole village safe.
Oh.
Oh.
Is this a.
I'm not there.
Don't look at
But
me.
the-
I was asking about the law enforcement situation before we entered.
Are they.
town.
Yeah. Are they the local law enforcement here?
Oh no, they are spiritual guides.
Ah. And what
Oh,
spiritual practice are they guides for?
of course.
The Brotherhood.
Of course, for the
What is the
Pharaoh.
name of this medicine
Yes,
woman?
of course.
Oh, the Brotherhood of the Pharaoh?
Just some medicine
You
woman
didn't,
we're
you didn't
talking
catch
to.
it. She hasn't given a name. They haven't asked.
Interesting. Interesting.
The Brotherhood of Islam.
Are you only loyal to them because they protect you, or
Not say I was loyal to them. I said they protect the village.
does that make you loyal to them?
It keeps the village safe. The Brotherhood watches over us.
And
Why? What is so important about Wasta, this small yet quaint village? Why would the Brotherhood be interested in this place?
They keep us safe. They keep much of Egypt safe.
notice there's no label on here. If this works and I want to send others to this booth, how can I tell them who made this?
If you send them to Awasta to seek out the healer woman, they will find me.
And no name?
There is always a healer woman here. Whoever is here will know the recipe.
Nice to meet you. What's your name?
Well, I thank her. We walk out.
Okay.
Many blessings upon you.
And to you.
All right, so
Here we go.
Elle,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some coffee.
you were following the salesman whose name I don't believe you guys had caught, and he was going to take you to
The Black Pharaoh.
right.
My old friend.
Yes.
The dark alley. That's
You guys should have better watch on me. You know, I really just don't have much stability anyway. Anyway, go ahead. I'm all for it.
You're okay. So you're heading down. He takes you through. I mean, this is not a huge town, right? Like I said, with everyone in the bazaar today, the population has swelled to, only a little over 500. So this is not a sprawling metropolis. This is a small town. There's probably, less than 50 buildings because most of these people are coming in from out of town. So he takes you around between a few buildings, and if you hadn't been to large cities before, maybe you would have gotten lost, but I mean, no, it's not
Right.
that big.
Okay.
They're just it's not big enough for you to really get lost. But he does take you to a building, and he knocks on a cellar door.
A cellar. Okay.
Cellar door. And after a moment of knocking, he opens the cellar and says, "We need to go down here." You see him open a cellar door. Do you head down the stairs?
You can always roll odds or evens.
Where are you taking us?
You said you wanted to meet the Pharaoh.
Yes, I do want to meet the Pharaoh, but
If we wish to commune with the Pharaoh, we need to go.
we're going to meet the
to the sacred
or are we going to
place.
commune?
Commune. The Pharaoh does not normally bless us with his presence.
Yes, he's much busier than most.
Indeed.
Good Arabic, good English. How long will this take?
It is subject to the whims of the Pharaoh.
Does this cost anything?
The Pharaoh has his price.
I'm sure he does.
And we all gleefully pay it.
Can I see past him to see what's
It's
downstairs?
a flight of stairs leading down. They go down
Like
a
this isn't
ways.
like 3 steps.
No, this is not 3 steps. This is a flight of stairs leading into darkness.
Smell anything?
Kind of musty.
Darkness.
Kind of
long
a
stairs.
tint of copper and maybe a little iron.
Oh, blood. Okay.
Could be. Could be.
Is this available at any time?
You wanted to meet and commune with the Pharaoh. Now is the time.
I have been traveling quite a distance.
Is
there a loo down there?
If we this is an opportunity to finish your travels.
Odds or evens.
Shit. Yes. Yeah, I'm going.
All right. So you head down. You start heading down the staircase. It is quite dark. It becomes much darker after he enters the staircase and closes the door behind him. You see her
Did you come?
descend the
with me?
staircase
Yeah.
and see him descend behind her and close the door.
Okay. Diana.
What are you doing?
I'll run back to the medical.
Diana's screaming at me right now. Sorry.
Reinforcements. I'll run back to the medical team.
All right.
I knew where they were going next.
Okay, sure.
Assuming they're still there. I don't know how long this took.
It took a few minutes, but they spent a few minutes at the medical tent. So I'm comfortable saying you're going to find them fairly quickly.
I'm going to just tell them that...
Run back. What do you tell them? I mean,
Because I don't know
you
what
guys
they
see
said.
Samus come sprinting up.
Where'd you go?
Elle went down a flight of stairs.
Why did you leave us?
Wait, what flight of stairs?
She went, the last guy you talked to at the last stall, she
Okay.
followed him to a building, and they went in an underground cellar.
She willingly went?
Yeah. But I don't know what they said. I can't speak that language.
Can you take us back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to run, jog, or walk slowly? Don't matter. How inconspicuous do you
Guys,
wish?
I got this. Just take your time. I got this.
Well, quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to say you're about 15 minutes behind.
Wow.
So Samus, you're pretty sure you found the right cellar door
Yeah, I can't get
and
lost
stairs
in this
leading down. It's
little
not
town.
that big of a town. What are you guys doing when you find this?
Try to open the door, I guess.
Door's not locked. As I mentioned when Elle took a look down the stairs, it is a pitch black staircase. Seems to lead down quite a ways. And you get kind of a coppery iron smell coming up, and kind of a damp, cool smell coming up from the depths. There is a kind of a marshy lake near the town.
You didn't tell me that.
Should have mentioned that. Sorry. There's kind of a marshy lake near the
It
town.
wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
She's crazy.
Doctor?
So I take off the knapsack that I have,
Flashlight?
put that jar in there.
Did you check the jar?
I smelt it.
It smells like really strong booze.
Yeah.
Like really strong, really cheap bathtub gin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, hold
25.
this. I'll give you the jar.
Okay, the firebomb.
Yes.
Actually, I might take it.
I pull out of my backpack. I pull the stock,
Swell.
pull the bolt, put the drum in. We're going down there.
All right, so you got your Tommy gun.
Yes.
I just pulled out a pistol.
You got a pistol. You got a bottle of hooch.
And a flashlight, I guess.
And,
You
and
go
a
first.
lighter.
No, you going behind us.
We could prep it as a Molotov cocktail before we go down.
You tell me, are you prepping it as a Molotov cocktail before you go down?
You know what? We've come across deep ones, leeches, fucking hippopotamus people. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
every time we go down into something, it's never good. So yes,
If it
we're.
smells like copper, yeah, I need to burn shit to the ground.
Okay.
This town included.
Al.
I'm whistling at this point.
Sure. There's kind of an echo down here. The stairs descend for a while. We're going to say about 10 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. They go down for a while. And then things kind of open up into... You're not quite sure what, because he hasn't turned on any light. It's just black, but
He knows his way.
he seems to know his way, and there's no more steps going down. And you can see, so you're kind of feeling around with your arms, and you can you're in a passage. You can't feel a ceiling, but you can feel that there's a little breeze coming from ahead of you, and it smells kind of musty and coppery. As you got down here, I would like to know if you have scuffling.
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 I do.
Scuffling is your unarmed fighting roll. I would like you to make me a scuffling roll.
I'll smell one.
All right.
I got the one out of the way.
Thanks. Oh, we got a 3.
You got a 3. All right. You were trying to feel around the walls, and you heard a swoosh as something went by your head. You must have just ducked at just the right instant, and you heard the sound of a blade cutting the air right over your head.
Whoa. No joke.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to ask my guide what the hell that was.
Now you will meet the Black Pharaoh!
Well, that's rude.
It's pitch black.
Can I tell he's ahead of me?
He's behind you. in fact.
He's behind me.
Yeah.
So he did it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was ahead of me.
No, he held the door open for you and gestured for you to descend the stairs, and then he closed the door behind him.
Feel walls on both sides. And him behind me. Don't know what's ahead of me, but I can feel a
Correct.
breeze.
Yep.
I'm going to start running.
Okay, awesome. Give me an athletics roll.
This is fun. Because you're
sprinting down the hall. You're trying to sprint down the hallway away from the madman behind you.
well, I could turn and try to shoot him, but
You could into the darkness.
yeah.
That works, though.
What, running or shooting?
Running works really well.
I
In fact,
think-
there's an entire skill called fleeing.
Fleeing.
Oh yeah, that's true. Use fleeing, not athletics.
Okay.
Were you spending a point?
I was actually.
Okay.
That would give me a 6.
Okay.
I have one more fleeing left.
All right.
Do the flea.
You are sprinting down the hallway into the darkness. You have no idea what you're running toward. You just know you're running away from somebody behind you.
I should say ISIS in one hand, gun in the other.
Perfect. You guys were at the top of the stairs when you heard somebody shout in Arabic, "Now you will meet the Black Pharaoh."
Fantastic.
Cool.
From somewhere,
Al, didn't
echoing
we
from
just do
somewhere
this?
down, and then you heard the sound of running footsteps. Sounds like two pairs of footsteps running away from you.
Well, you start to descend quickly.
How sturdy is the door?
Yeah. Because then we could turn it into a
A
sled.
A sled.
Yeah. Just
Slide down the stairs. That's what I thought.
I'm
I
going
like
to
it.
as long as the light is staying with me, I'm going to descend the stairway.
Are you
I like the way you're
running,
thinking,
or
man.
are you...
Well, like I said, I'm not running into darkness. He's got the
Right, you got the light.
Right. So yes, running down the stairs.
Are the rest of you running? Are all three of you guys running down the stairs?
Well, how can we take the door off?
That's going to take a little time.
What is it made out of?
It's crappy wood that's got
So-
a
but we're
steel
not gonna-
frame and
Oh, it's got.
a steel hinge.
So it's sturdy then.
Reasonably sturdy, yeah. But
Well, I guess we'll run down the stairs. Okay. It was something that I could kick off the.
if we could like
hinges.
bust it right off. Like
Well, you guys
one
were
or two kids.
were a little ways down the stairs
Okay.
before
Yeah.
you.
So we'd have to run back up, grab
Yeah.
that, and
Yeah.
then bobsled our ass down. And
Yeah.
Let's just go.
It's too much effort.
All right. One of the three of you, give me an athletics roll because you're trying to catch somebody. You're not trying to run away from them. You guys can choose which one. Tell me if you're spending points.
I'm going to spend 2 points.
Okay.
That's a 3.
That's a 3.
So you basically sprint down, landing probably every third step as you're flying down the stairs collectively, and you shine the light ahead. You guys were not going that fast down the stairs, obviously, but you did take off once you got into this hallway. You can see somebody sprinting down the hallway at the bottom of the stairs ahead of you at the very limit of your vision. You don't think it's L.
Does he have a weapon?
You can't tell for sure, but it kind of looks like they might be carrying a club in their hand with might be a big metal spike sticking out of the end of it.
Cool.
I'm not trying to hit them, but I'm definitely trying to warn them. I'm going to yell stop and squeeze off a couple of rounds their way.
Awesome.
There's no ricochet effect or anything.
Yeah.
Or me.
With a Tommy gun.
Yeah. That's alright.
Alright.
I like it.
Why not?
Awesome.
Why
Or
not?
just stop would have worked. Or it won't work. We know it's not going to work.
Give me an intimidation. Go ahead and take a +2 on it. For the,
For the gun.
yeah.
That's a 6, 7, 8.
Wow. Yeah.
Maybe it did work.
Yeah, I think... Oh, yeah. He flattens himself on the ground. You
He
heard,
apparently just likes to intimidate women.
you heard the
Yeah.
gunshots from behind you, and you
I hear him.
recognized... Yeah, you recognized Dr. O'Donnell's usual approach of shoot first, shoot some more. If anybody's left alive, ask some questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'll ask. Where's the woman?
Where's the woman?
Well,
Where's the woman?
I guess I would have stopped.
Okay.
And they now are casting some light down here, right?
Yeah.
Can we see what's around?
You're running down a fairly narrow tunnel. Not sure where it
No
leads.
higher on the wall.
Actually, that's true. There's light now. Yes! As a matter of fact, there are
So now there's
hieroglyphs
light. I
on
see
the
that,
wall.
and I drop to my knees and say, "Help me!"
Go ahead and give me a stability roll. Tell me if you're spending points.
Do you have any
Nah.
points to even spend?
Huh?
Do you even have points
No.
to spend at
I've
this
just
point?
got 4 stability. What are you,
Oh,
kidding?
okay.
Yeah, fine. It's a 2.
It's a 2. You're going to lose a point of stability.
See, it's alright. Now we're
But
at
maybe we heard her sort of say, "Help me."
I don't know.
I did say help me.
Okay.
As soon as the light kind of, I hit the dirt and was like, no.
Okay.
I stick the butt of my gun in the dude's face hard.
Okay.
So she better be safe. And then I'm gonna head off into the hall.
She asked me to bring her to the Black Pharaoh. I am only doing as the woman asked.
I go
As you
down the
try to
hall.
hit me with your club.
So,
Yeah, I'm leaving to get Elle.
Okay.
who are you?
I am but a humble servant.
He gets a
What's his
button.
name?
Who are you?
Samus, what are you doing?
I'm
Looking for cats.
I am directing. You know, when he talks, I put the flashlight on his face. Well, they
Love it.
All right. So you're helping with the intimidation effort.
Interrogation.
Yeah. Sure. You find Elle kind of cowering on the floor, kind of shaking a bit, not real happy. I'm okay. I'm not wrong here.
Oh no.
Okay. I don't
Oh,
mean
no.
to be taking control of your character.
No,
but
no, no. She's half there on good moments, and now we've taken a step back.
Yeah.
All right, I reach out a hand, say, it's okay. Let's get out of here.
Do you have reassurance?
Yeah. I have a point.
Give me a roll.
He sounds so
you
shocked by
spend a
it. Like,
point.
do I? Do I?
I gotta spend a point though.
If you,
Are
it's
you
up
wearing
to
a
you.
red shirt?
No,
Shit.
Do you have a last name?
I will not spend a point. Yeah, fuck it.
Okay.
Oh, thanks, man.
Here we go. A 2
With the point.
with the point.
Oh, that's okay. I'm
You're-
kind of.
You feel a little better knowing that you've got a companion here, but it's not the companion you wanted to be here, and he's not. You're not so sure about this guy. You think he's been kind of crazy from the get-go.
That's true.
But he's better than the guy with the club and the spike.
Yeah,
So
probably.
I'm
Yeah. You're better. Things are better than they could be.
things are yes.
They could. Things
And
always
in the
could
back
be
of my
worse.
mind, I do kind of recognize that, but still, yeah.
Sure.
So did we get a name from?
Coming back to that.
Sorry.
I am but a humble servant.
You really don't like your teeth, do you?
I will give whatever the Black Pharaoh asks of me. If he takes my teeth, they are his to take.
Who do you answer to then?
I answer to the Black Pharaoh.
And who is the spiritual leader of the Black Pharaoh here?
Many of us answer to him.
There's no sect leader.
There's always an imam. There's always a caliph. There's always a cleric.
Well,
Who teaches you?
most recently it was the librarian.
Where do these tunnels lead?
What's the librarian's name?
They lead many places. Where do you wish to go? I will show you the way there. Surely it is what the Black Pharaoh wishes for you.
I want to say I'm mad, but I'm not going to. I get him up on his feet.
Let's take him with us.
No. Well, I'm debating. Do I shoot him? But then there's a corpse.
Yeah.
Probably not a big deal here. What's the librarian's name?
I do not know. He is a European like you.
Is he still in town?
What's the museum curator's name?
He's not European. His name is Kafur, Dr. Kafur.
I believe so.
Where's the library?
He does not have a library. He's the librarian.
Where does he stay?
Where the Black Pharaoh sees fit to put him.
How
He
about-
travels.
But he's in town now.
I believe he is in town. I saw him last night.
Now, where was he staying last night?
There was a woman.
Be more specific.
I do not know. He was staying with a woman.
Probably the woman, a local woman.
Yes.
What was her name?
I think it was Ari. It's hard to keep track with the librarian.
Ari, why do we know that name?
We don't know that name.
We don't?
What does Ari do?
She is a young woman. I do not know what she does. She is a member of... She is loyal to the Pharaoh.
I say in English, he's got to go.
Could be useful.
I don't think so.
Well,
I will help you find the librarian if that is what you seek.
No. Sorry, you have a tongue.
Yes, I do. It is attached. I am quite attached to it. I need it to serve the Black Pharaoh.
I think it's time you meet the Black Pharaoh. I cock my gun and shoot him.
Love it.
All right, yeah, you cold cock. I mean,
He's trying to hold me up.
yeah.
He shoots him. I hit my knees again. I'm like, oh, God!
You kill him in cold blood, sure.
Oh, my
Give me
God.
a stability roll.
Love it.
all of us, or just
No, just him.
All right.
I don't remember Roland killing anybody
No,
that was completely defenseless
he's-
before.
No, I haven't.
I must have really pissed him off.
No, but I have lost some stability and some sanity. Lots of sanity. Here we go. A 3.
Yeah, go ahead and lose a point of stability. And, you know what? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you guys got brains
Samus
all the way
and,
up.
I have a adequate firearms and outdoorsman. I would
and
not
Sean,
have.
go ahead and give me a roll, too. Because, I mean, he did just
I
kill
did
somebody in
see
cold
people die
blood.
before.
I've seen people
Yeah, but I
die,
mean, that was cold.
I got a 5.
Yeah, it
Told
didn't bother
you.
you.
I'm surprisingly okay with this too.
All right.
I got a 5 as well, so
You guys are like,
Yeah, I'm like,
it
oh.
happened.
Clearly, he had it coming.
It has happened.
is this fucking brain?
Come on,
Kind of oddly tastes like Wendy's chili.
I would have not made it so messy.
You put a 45.
No, actually, I have a
38.
32.
You have a what?
32 Webley.
It's still gonna.
There's going to be some spatter. There's
Yeah.
no question
Yeah.
about that.
Maybe you can blow his head completely off.
No,
But
but
now we have a corpse.
yeah.
What makes you think I shot him in the head? I could have just shot him right in the heart, point blank.
Not if he died quickly.
Eh.
That's alright, too. Gurgle.
Hey, whatever.
Shot
Hey,
him
tell the
in the
Black
kneecap.
Pharaoh,
All right.
say the crew said hello. And then he dies. There we go.
Well, at least we have
Can
a
we-
use for this gin that I bought.
At least look around down here. Like, I would say to these guys, hey, there might be something on the walls in there, but I really couldn't look. But
There's
I mean,
hieroglyphics. Do you think that you would have let us know that you are sort of like or do you think we would have witnessed you have like an aversion to hieroglyphics since this whole ordeal? Or is this something that you think you would try to keep a secret from us?
honestly, I don't think that I would be able to keep it a secret. I mean, I'm kind of just, you know.
Wait, you
I
guys
mean,
want me to read the wall?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I figured like if that's the case, then maybe like we heard like your night, like maybe had some nightmares and talking in your sleep and like that kind of shit that kept us awake, you know. So we sort of know that you're going through some shit right now.
which would be why I just decided to go off with some strange man into
Yeah.
a tunnel.
Sure.
Lights up the room. Next thing I know, I'm seeing shapes on the wall, and you know,
The walls are
I'm
moving
back.
in your mind. Right
Yeah,
now.
I'm back to drooling on myself or dribbling a little bit.
A little bit.
All right. Yeah.
You gonna try to read the walls?
I do have a point, I think.
So, yeah, I mean, so you start looking at the walls. It's not quite a grocery list, but it doesn't seem to be a lot more than that. It seems to be an inventory of something, but you're not entirely certain what they're inventorying. You see dates and numbers associated with it.
So how old are the dates?
You're not entirely certain because they're not using a Gregorian calendar.
So how old does the tunnel look to be?
It doesn't look that old. I mean, it's not filthy down here. It seems fairly trafficked. You're guessing it's more than 100 years old, but you're not sure how many hundreds of years old. You know, give me an archaeology roll.
I'll spend my 1 point.
Okay.
I got a 5.
All right. You're guessing that it's probably in the 400 to 500 year old range. It doesn't seem to be of particularly high quality construction. So you're not sure why this was built, but you're surprised that somebody would have been writing in hieroglyphics that recently. I mean, that's clearly after the era where thousands of years after the era when people stopped using hieroglyphic writing. So
Thanks,
whoever was
There's nothing in there?
writing on the walls, either these hieroglyphics came from somewhere else, or panels were brought from somewhere else, or they were deliberately using a system of numbers designed to obfuscate what they were doing.
Well, I'll just let you guys know they're just numbers and dates of I don't know what.
Regardless, we should not dwell down here. We need to find somebody, and I'm hoping that she is not in league with him or this librarian.
Can we see how far that tunnel goes? Just goes on and on.
I said we go back the way we came.
This seems well trafficked and clean. Is there any, like maybe little alcove or some sort of like
Bend.
little bend that we can sort of just like tuck this corpse in? So
Not from where you've come, but if you want to keep exploring further, you might find one.
what do you want to do? Just go right back up?
Yeah.
Well, we could lay the body across the floor so whoever walks
Trips over him?
Yeah. Why not?
It is pitch black down here.
What we'll
so
do
the
is
last thing
we'll
they're gonna
drag
find
him
is a
back
corpse.
to the stairs.
Like
Okay.
he fell down the stairs.
Take the club, put it into the hole that you created from the bullet, that big spike, and lay him flat like he fell on his own damn club when he came down.
Sure.
Okay.
You got forensics or anything?
I
like
do. I got a ton of... I'm a coroner.
that?
Do you have something to clean up all these blood smears
Oh,
along,
that's hilarious.
There's dirt.
along the hall?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
There's plenty of sand.
So,
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna make this look like not a crime
And
scene.
an accident.
An accident occurred.
Sure. All right, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Probably won't work, but hey, whatever.
We'll go with it. And
I just want to see you like manipulate this dude's head with the club and just like.
I doubt
There's a
they
bullet
have.
hole
I
to
doubt
put
they
the
have
plug in.
forensic doctors in this
Yeah.
little podunk town to do anything different.
Okay.
Yeah, they have
But it's
psychic-
better than nothing.
They have psychic doctors that can
Mm-hmm.
see what happens.
It's fine.
I'm all for getting out of here.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, kick the sand, try to obfuscate ourselves, and stage a crime scene.
Okay.
Or accident scene.
Sure. And you guys make your way back
Back
up the
up.
stairs.
Yep.
Yeah, takes probably about 10, 15 minutes. Get up the stairs. You're back in back alley. Where are you heading from here?
We're going to find the beggar boy.
Yeah.
So if you guys turned like left to go back to the main road, I turned right.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I
not
got-
happening.
I got wrong. Nope.
We need to find a bell for you.
Yeah, let's go to the mosque.
Okay. So, it's pretty obvious. When you get to the mosque, there's a guy sitting on the ground. Looks to be late 40s, early 50s. His right arm and shoulder are just gone.
the right side of his face is really just badly gouged away. Deep, deep gashes. This is an old scar. This is, almost a 10-year-old scar because, and you're guessing, 10-year-old scar, something that happened around the time of the Carlisle expedition. And he's sitting there with his bowl out, begging in his left hand.
I forgot the guy's name already. From the
Ubaid
excitement.
or something?
This is
Ubaid.
like your son.
Ubaid.
Yeah. Ubaid.
Ubaid.
How?
He's by
How-
himself.
How? No name. And his speech is kind of garbled. The right side of his mouth is the lips are gone. And it's
Sorry. Frenchman. European.
Your mother helped him.
Carlisle friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know Carlisle?
We're not with them.
He looks pretty frightened.
What?
Mm-mm.
We're not with the Brotherhood either.
Like, where?
Not with them.
What? Want?
To talk to your mother.
Like, where? And look, mother.
She's hiding? Do you know where she is? Could you take us to her?
Protect. Need help?
Somebody give me a reassurance.
I was gonna say I could do some street
You
vibes
can just
or
spend a
something.
point if you want on reassurance.
Yeah.
But tell me what you're doing.
I'm gonna sit down next to him and start rocking.
Yeah. Sit down.
It's okay.
He reaches out with his left hand and
Tries to help me.
Yeah.
He's reassuring me.
Yeah.
It's like I've seen this look before.
He doesn't seem dim-witted. He just seems like he can't talk.
Probably.
Brotherhood killed friends of ours. We're looking to make them pay for that.
Come. He very slowly stands up. With his left hand, he starts to roll up the mat that he was sitting on. Picks up his almost empty beggar's bowl in his hand and then shifts the prayer mat on. It's got a strap. He puts that over his left arm and he's got the bowl in his hand. Follow. And he starts walking you out of the main part of the village out to a dock area. And when you get to the dock, there's a pole boat there. It's kind of a very shallow boat with a pole on it, and he gestures for you to get on the pole boat. It's all four of you plus him. He starts pulling the boat out into the lake a little ways, and you see that there are a number of slightly larger craft
Excuse me.
out on the lake, and one of them he pulls up to the edge of it and ties off and gestures for you to get onto it. Inside the boat, this thing's it's worm-eaten, it's well worn, There's no motor or anything. You think it's probably been sitting out here in the lake at anchor for 5-10 years. It seems a minor miracle that thing's still afloat. And it's not, I mean, it's a wooden hull, and then there's kind of a tarpaulin, a bit of a, like a canvas shelter,
Like an old barge.
pretty much, atop it. And he gestures for you to go inside.
Alright.
There's a woman sitting inside. There's a little brazier with some charcoal burning on it, and the whole inside is filled with smoke, probably coming off of the brazier. It's kind of got a strong scent to it, but you're having a hard time placing it. There's some spice to it, but you're not quite sure what that spice is. But there's a woman sitting there by the brazier, kind of warming herself. And when you look at her, just want to make sure I get the description right here. She is, like I said, she's rather elderly, but you see that when she's warming what you thought were her hands, they're just the stumps of her arms. And when you see her face, it ends rather abruptly. She has no jaw. And her skin is very ragged. Her hair is underneath some kind of a scarf. And she looks up at you.
I kind of turn away.
Sure.
Not offensively, just...
Looking at her wounds, now, I've seen plenty of trauma before. Does this look like somebody cut off her hands and jaw, or an explosion, or...
It looks like something burned off her hands and jaw. But her eyes kind of light up when she sees you.
Who's she
Who's she
pointing at?
pointing at? Or
There's
stumping at?
There's a pile of rags over in that corner of this little tent on the barge.
Hmm.
And she's doing this very insistently.
I walk over
Her
to
son comes rushing over with his arm and starts rubbing her back. And says, "Oh, okay, mother, okay." Over there, there's some blankets and pots, and underneath, when you start moving the rags around, there is a rush basket, and there is a red symbol painted on the rush basket.
Got it from the rush. I'll have to look it up. 'Cause I have no idea what a rush basket is.
Weeds. It's made out of
Reeds.
Weeds, plant, yeah, stuff that grows on the shore. Think,
Sweetgrass or something.
essentially, yeah, just
Like weaved in like a
yeah,
wicker.
a kind of a cheaply woven basket.
Something like that.
Yeah. Anybody with occult or archaeology?
I'll spend
Difficult.
I got like.
Yeah.
How many you got in there? 'Cause
Don't need to spend a point.
Oh, okay.
Just having the skills enough tells me you recognize the red mark on it as being an ancient Egyptian glyph of protection. Did you open the basket?
Yeah.
There is an irregular slab of white stone. Looks like it's broken from a larger piece. And you recognize it
I show it to her.
immediately.
Yeah.
All of you recognize it immediately because you
Yeah,
have the
that's
other
half
half
of
of
it.
it.
Is it alabaster?
No.
No.
It's the
It's-
other half of the seal.
Oh.
We have the other half.
And she gestures for you.
To get out with that?
Yeah, you're pretty sure that's. She's telling you to
Take it and go. All
Can
right.
we take the basket? cast protection back on the basket.
Oh.
More protection.
Oh.
Oh. Write it down.
With her stumps.
Son, write it down. Translate for me.
I do not know.
Okay.
Somebody should ask the son if his wounds are from the same explosion that caused his mother's wounds, or where that explosion happened, or something. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't talk.
I'll translate his question. Did these happen?
Where did all these wounds come from?
Carlisle.
Doctor, help?
How? Somebody picked up the basket,
Yeah.
right? So is somebody?
I'll pick it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. I
Yeah.
showed it
put
to
the-
her.
Yeah.
When you pick it up, she kind of, the upper part of her face, her eyes kind of light up in a smile, and then she just sits down, and her eyes go dull.
Do my eyes light up?
I don't know, do that?
Shit.
No, she's just relieved to have
Relieved to
this.
get rid of it.
Yeah.
Was your mother hurt by the Brotherhood?
Yes.
Brotherhood or creatures?
He just starts to shake when you ask that. And he looks up at the sky. Starts looking around. Now, well, in the direction of the sky, but it's the roof of
Tent,
the tent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waiting for the flying monkeys.
I say we hope to put an end to this.
Is there anything that you know that can help us?
I know that I Brotherhood will come. They send the beasts.
Day and night?
Night.
How about these waters that the boat's on?
No tunnels.
Where are the tunnels?
We're in them.
Land.
Oh, those are the ones we were in.
So the water's protected. Or they're protected because of the water. You mentioned the librarian. Where is
You could be looking at it upside down.
he
Right.
at?
You don't know.
You know where he
it's
is?
oriented. Hands are like that. Someone's holding it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that
Wanted-
person's not holding it upside down.
Mother.
You launched him out. You think this
Wanted-
is what? Yeah.
It's not necessarily upside down, is what I'm saying.
Stone.
Mother
And it's not
stone
a
what?
broken arc either.
Wanted stone.
Mother wanted the stone?
No. The librarian wants Nuri because she has this piece.
Okay.
You guys know this thing is many, many centuries old, probably thousands of years old. You're pretty sure that it's the same pinkish stone
From the
as-
top of the pyramid that was broken by Carlisle.
Mhm.
Just need some super glue.
Or a ritual or a prayer.
Mythos super glue.
I bet if we do the ritual with this, it'll just fuse back together.
Actually, you're pretty sure it won't fuse together. You're pretty sure once it's broken, you need to make a new one.
But we have exactly
We have the
16
right
days.
dimensions, though. At least we have the exact dimensions now, right? So
Yep.
now I know it'll fit perfectly.
We have to make it out of the same material.
You're not sure.
We weren't. No, we were just told it has to be made out of something malleable or something.
Something you can carve.
Something we can carve, or like clay.
can't make it quite out of steel or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it has been made with our hands.
Can't be made out of like sand.
Well, I am a gemologist, so once we find something, I can...
You know this is marble. It's fairly high quality marble. Actually, I shouldn't say fairly. It's very high quality marble. Yeah.
2 options. Stick around town, find a librarian, or get
Break
the hell
the
out.
runway.
I feel that there's more questions we need to ask these two.
I think
We're not going to
I
get too
don't
much
think-
answers from somebody without a jaw and a guy who only has half of one. I'm pretty sure
Why
that
don't
this
we just
is the
shoot
only
him?
guy.
no.
Why don't we shoot them?
They haven't shot anybody in minutes.
Yeah.
We could burn their boat down.
What?
We have a burning
Look, I murdered a bad guy.
I murdered a
okay?
bag. Well, we don't know if these are good or bad. They could be possessed. You know,
How mu-
well, there's
that's a
one.
question.
Looks like there's one bird on here that could be upside down.
How many
Oh,
people
yeah.
follow the Brotherhood in this town?
All.
All of them? There's no one that's against them?
Looks meaningfully at his mother.
That's disappointing. Maybe we should get out of here. Unless we can take out this librarian.
Well, what would be our next stop?
Memphis. The dig site of the Pancake Foundation, remember?
I don't know, man. I think
I don't know if we want to take this artifact with us there.
No, that's a good point. It is a good point.
But I think questioning.
I think if we don't leave, we are not safe tonight. So we either leave now while there's still daylight.
It's probably about 3 in the afternoon by this point.
Or let's take them with.
We could stay on their boat and wait for the attack to happen.
Why
Because
don't
you know
we
what happens to people that we talk to.
Certainly our presence is known now. We talked to 2 people. One person hasn't
And
arrived.
somebody killed
returned
somebody.
back to their booth.
I'm really sure that getting to this librarian is a good thing for us. However, an entire town, that's quite an opposition.
Yeah.
Did we get the name of the librarian?
Just a librarian.
Okay. Who has evidence collection?
I do.
You have it?
I got a ton of it.
All right. You don't need to spend a point. What was Alexander's profession?
Is he an archaeologist?
Wait.
He was a linguist or something, wasn't
He was a librarian for Miskatonic University.
Oh yeah. Do I get a light bulb moment?
Yeah.
Librarian, hold up the hand and go like that.
Yes.
I'm sticking around.
How?
Hey, I'm batshit crazy. I'll stay in the boat. I'm gonna sit right here on this basket of protection.
Oh man. What was the?
Can we scuttle these 2 out of there? Would they go? Probably. I'm guessing. If they take this artifact with them. If we can get them to a caravan. A caravan's got enough of a head start, then we start raising some hell here. Well, maybe not raising hell, but trying to find the librarian.
Yeah.
You want us
At
to
this
get a
point,
head
I just
start?
want some good old revenge. I mean, I know that this guy betrayed my best friend and helped him die. So, yeah,
He shot me too.
And we might have some overdue library books
yes,
in our possession.
we got to erase that debt too.
Who has the other half of that?
You guys do.
We do.
And that is in that warehouse?
Nope, we got all that stuff. Oh yeah,
It's
we
at
should
the
mention
hotel.
that too. We took everything out of storage at the Port of Said, and we brought it to the hotel.
And the plan was to ship it back to the United States or something. That was the original
It was
plan.
discussed.
It was discussed,
But you didn't
yeah.
take action.
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, because we didn't know what we would need to cherry pick on it.
Mm-hmm.
However, we do want to separate all of these, especially the stuff to do with the queen, because we don't want, everything in one basket.
Yeah. There's a vault in the hotel. There's a personal vault in our room. So.
And there's a cat storage box.
The cat storage box, yes, probably the safest place.
Probably. Well, if we get a head start, I can look up some pink marble, get back to the hotel, and start sketching.
But I thought you didn't like hieroglyphs.
I don't.
This
But
is art. This isn't.
It's
yeah. It's all about a perspective.
What I'm thinking is,
Well,
this guy and his mom is pretty much good as dead once we leave.
Yeah.
But if we could use them as like mules, in a sense.
Get in the basket.
No. Get to a caravan, have them on that caravan with this thing, and we stick around. Worst comes to worst, they get a little
Oh,
bit
you
of
were
money.
talking about getting rid of those two. I thought you were talking about getting rid of us.
Unless one of you wants to go with them.
Or we're going to use them as bait to lure the
Right,
monsters.
that's basically what...
Well, it's only a half hour to a train station.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Gotta move on.
Mm-hmm.
Load them up on a train.
Yeah, so I guess
Have
I
them go
asked,
back to our hotel.
Can you handle the... Well, what's the day like today? Just hot.
It's out, yeah.
Can you handle heat? And can you travel
I
through
don't
the,
know if she'd really want to go, would she?
Who are you asking? This?
the sun
Why?
to leave here?
Why?
I think
We bring death.
Home.
if we think we know who the librarian is, and if word comes to him that you are speaking with us, you are not safe, and your mother is not safe.
Home.
Yeah, I was afraid of that too.
Could always cut the anchor loose. Take the home with them.
So I don't know what to do. I mean, we can't make
What?
him leave.
No,
I
but
put my
What water
hand-
route are they on?
It's not a route.
Oh,
It's
It's
just
just a lake.
It's a small lake. It's marshy around the edges.
Oh, goody.
I don't want to carry this around while we're looking for Alexander. Or it might help if we did carry it around for Alexander.
Cannot leave here. And he points to the basket.
Right-handed or left-handed?
Put
You.
Only handed.
I
suspend the basket.
I
and
pull out
water
my little
off the boat.
.38 revolver.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Use?
Like putting it, leaving it in the
Or
basket,
for
hiding it.
It's
in the
still,
Defense?
it's still with the boat.
Yeah.
Why?
Point to that basket.
You, mother, take. Mother want you take.
So why don't we can hide this basket in the lake, and then
She wants us to take the marble, but not the basket.
No, she wants you to take the whole thing.
yeah.
Oh,
Wait, I
okay.
thought you said cannot.
Yeah, I thought you said cannot
I thought he
take.
was pointing at the...
No, I think he was saying that he cannot leave.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
with the bag,
oh.
he's not leaving with the basket.
Right. Wants you guys to take the basket. You're pretty sure.
All right.
That's
so,
what he meant. Oh, I
Yeah.
thought he meant like, you can't take this.
No, no,
I
no.
don't know.
So you don't mind if I tie rope around this whole basket and suspend it in the water on off the side of the boat, right?
You take.
We'll take it.
Yeah.
It's big
All
now.
right.
So are we.
We'll bury it or something.
No. bait now.
All right. Well, give me some rope, and I tie it to my back.
Sure. Yeah, it's a boat. There's rope.
Okay. Squish
His
it
beggar
down.
cup. Toss coins into it. Let's go.
Should take the beggar's cup away.
Does he
from him
have
and toss
any
it in the
idea where
water,
the
'cause if he ever
librarian
goes
hangs
back to
out?
the temple, he's gonna just get killed.
No.
I pat him on his good arm. Be safe.
Yes. He's gonna pull you guys back to shore because
Yes.
he's not gonna.
Leave his boat with us.
Exactly.
How is
Yeah.
No, okay. I
one-armed
do that,
man
like,
swimming is not a
after
good
we
thing.
eat and then at the dock
Okay.
or whatever. I think his mother.
She doesn't respond at all any further.
She's. Her eyes went
Glassy.
glassy. Yeah, she's.
She was probably like waiting for us to come to grab this.
Well,
thing
who
that was
wants
all
to
that she
piss
could-
off a bunch of cultists?
We've never done that before.
Well, it is daylight.
Yeah.
You got like what? 4 hours?
It's about 3, but it's June, right?
Yeah.
So you got solid 7-8 hours. You're equatorial.
Yeah.
How far can we get away? How many hours is it back to the train station?
Half
He,
an hour.
he wants revenge.
Yeah, I'm not leaving this time.
Oh, okay.
Hell
We're
or
gonna
high
burn the
water.
town down?
No, just a person.
I know. You could go back and check on the guy with the spike in his face.
I was thinking about throwing that gin down those stairs
Down there.
and lighting it up.
It's stone.
Yeah, that creates smoke and
Go
Not
back
that
to the
much, it's
market
one bottle
and
of
go back to
booze.
the market and ask for
Well,
Mr. Hook.
maybe we'll get a few more bottles of booze.
He'll find you if you
They're
ask
only
enough people.
25 each. It's cheaper.
What was the name of the young woman that?
I think you go back to
He
the
was
market
shacking
and
up
ask
with.
enough people. Somebody will
I didn't write it
get
down.
word to Alexander that you're looking for him.
It's Ari.
Alright.
Yeah, let's go poke a nest.
You just go write it on a wall.
Yeah.
Alexander, midnight.
Yeah. Underneath the bleachers.
I understand you're highly motivated by revenge. Are you sure that's your very best plan?
No. It's definitely not our best plan.
I'm.
We are in a 700
I'm like, okay, let's
person
go.
strong.
Well, you're not that crazy. You still have 3 stability left.
But I'm also.
There's 700 cultists.
Just tell me where to go. I'll go.
How many bullets do you got?
I mean, if these people aren't cultists, they are loyal to the Brotherhood, regardless of if they're in the cult or not.
Hmm. We know he's here right now, though.
But we also don't know how many cultists of these people there are here, and but we do know there's 700 other people here that will protect him. So maybe,
So crazy.
yeah.
little.
So I mean, how do you really want to do this? We're not going to ask for where he's at. They're not going to tell us, and we can't walk around and get lost in a town where we become
can't get
surrounded by 700 people. who
Well,
are
I
gonna
was
slit
alright.
throats. You know, like last thing I want to do is end up in the town square and surrounding us 700 villagers with clubs with spikes and knives to slit our throats. We're dead. So we can't just like walk around this little town. We can't ask about Alexander either.
And I have some strange thing strapped to my back that's gonna attract
Right.
a lot of attention.
So what do you want to do?
Send
That
in
isn't
the Marines.
that isn't
Egyptian
suicidal.
coffee.
That isn't suicidal. We're all too of sound mind to be suicidal right now.
But when we go crazy, we can come back here and do it fine.
I think if we seal the bent pyramid, and we do that, and we put an end to the power of the Black Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh in Cairo, and we severely weaken any kind of power that Alexander has, and then we can take care of him then, because we know where he is at.
I thought he was like in the United States.
Now
I'm
he
just
is-
saying.
He's the liaison for the Brotherhood here in El Wasa.
Yep, the El Wasa branch.
Yeah. And we can also maybe assume that the reason why he is here is because he wants what we have. So on another note, he may come looking for us without 700 people following him.
Or with 700 people follow it.
Or with, right, but that's a little harder to, it can't be like, it's hard to be like inconspicuous when you have like a 700 people following you too, right?
But I don't think he thinks logically.
Let's get back to Cairo then.
You think we should skip? I agree. We
Let's
have
go
an
back to
artifact.
Cairo.
We have a powerful artifact. I think. Do we? I don't know.
We have half of one right now.
Yeah, but what does the whole one do other than give us the dimensions?
The whole one sealed
That
an
was
ancient
the-
evil for thousands of years.
That was
Yeah.
the brick at the top of the pyramid.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, what is the importance of having both pieces together again? It's
Well, the
just
simple
broken
glue idea
marble.
won't work.
No, it's broken marble. But
Out of game, or out of character, I mean.
yeah,
It's probably, if you haven't gone to China yet, you can now figure out how to make a seal
right.
without having the scrolls.
Genius.
That's my guess.
Yeah,
Like, that's my
Okay.
guess.
that's a good idea.
But it's obviously something that they want. So let's get it to where we can at least. But
Well, we know he's in Egypt.
and we know he's here.
He was here.
Let's go. We'll head out of town. Hop the train back to Cairo.
Yeah, I think that's the smartest idea.
All right.
So we're not going to I keep wanting to call it Medea, but it's
Memphis.
not. It's Memphis.
We're not going to Memphis right now.
Okay,
It wouldn't be wise.
Okay.
that's right.
You have to wait a couple of hours for a train to come through.
I keep a lookout for 700 people.
There are not 700 people at the train station. In fact, there are only a couple of dozen. Not even a couple of dozen. There's probably 6 or 7 at the train station. One of whom has a cart full of crates of something that he seems particularly concerned about safely getting onto the train.
Well, that seems like an unusual detail, John. I want to break open the crates. No, I'm kidding. I do not want to.
Okay.
That is something that Will would not. But murdering somebody, he's in. But he was a bad guy. You remember that?
Yeah. It'll be a tense few hours.
Okay.
We on a boat?
No. We're waiting at the train station for a train to come.
Okay.
Have our tickets. We're ready to
Bravely
go.
running away.
Bags are packed. We're ready to roll.
Okay.
Yeah, you get on the train back to Cairo.
Cairo.
Does anybody want to spend a point on a sense trouble roll?
Weren't we gonna stop somewhere else on the way?
Not with this artifact, we're not.
Yeah, I got sense trouble.
All right, give me the roll.
I assume there's always trouble.
Right.
I'm gonna toss it. What is it, 2 points?
You're tossing me a point?
I'm tossing you 2, because we're both looking out pretty.
Okay.
We're
Okay,
both pretty
well, if
paranoid.
you spend 2, that gives her another plus
Plus 1, yes. So you have a +2 to this roll.
Mm-hmm. 5.
Okay.
You notice, you keep thinking you see somebody watching you guys out of the corner of your eyes. It never seems to be the same person, though.
The whole town followed us.
I already looked
Not
up
that
to
many people
700
got on the
So it was
train.
The train has other headings too, right? It's not just Cairo.
Well, Cairo's the end point,
Right.
but it stops at probably a dozen stations between El Wasta and Cairo. I mean, think of, if you're taking the Rapid, this isn't,
When we
an
booked our
express
passage,
train.
when we booked our passage, our end destination was three stops down.
Well, there's going to be multiple stops in Cairo,
Well, what I'm
too.
saying
It
is, if
probably
somebody goes back and where do they get off at?
Sure, it probably goes all the way to Port Said. So, sure, perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It was a little more expensive to book it that far, but money isn't your biggest concern right now. But yeah, Elle, you're pretty sure people are watching you as you're going along. But it doesn't seem to be the same person. You said you got a 5. You do notice all the people that you spot watching you, you never see a left hand.
They're all right then.
Oh. And it's probably 6 or 7 different people. That just the left hand always seems to be in shadow or behind something or obscured.
Man, they really follow this guy.
Where are these guys in relation to me?
I assume the 4 of you were sitting together.
Yeah, we're inside of a full cab on the train.
So have you noticed this as well?
You guys can chat about it.
Yeah, you're just being paranoid.
I'm just being paranoid.
Alexander,
It's not paranoia if they really are out to get you.
Right.
Alexander lost that hand.
Mm-hmm.
Willingly lost that hand, and it's a good possibility his most fervent devotees emulate him. But nothing we can do about this at the moment, unless they directly confront us.
We could go through the train killing anybody missing a hand.
Cool.
I just want to point out an obvious strategy.
Are we sitting alone? Like, I mean, this boat, how far?
You're on a train, not a boat. Yeah.
We were on a boat. We left.
And
I know, we left
there
the boat.
aren't individual cabin cars, so
Okay.
you're on a
So we're pretty much surrounded by the people without a hand.
you're
Only you
surrounded
are.
by
I mean, if
people.
you
I mean, it's
say-
a fairly full passenger car, but you keep noticing people watching you, and you never get to see a left hand of anybody that's watching you.
Okay. But I want to relate to you what I'm seeing, and I want to know if I'm crazy, because I already think I am, but crazy people don't know they're crazy. So,
If she points one of those people out, do they?
You don't notice a left hand, and
They're definitely watching.
she was
us.
watching you.
Well, if you were really crazy, you wouldn't even ask if you were crazy or not.
I'll wave
Right,
at her with my
that's what
left
I'm-
hand.
She abruptly turns away.
okay, not much
But
we
they're
can
not
do
on
about
the
it other
train.
than enjoy the ride, and
Are they
Well,
on
I
the
give
train?
you
Yes,
a valid
people on the
strategy.
train.
that is, that's true.
How many are there?
Like I said, about
Six.
6 different times during the course of, say, an hour and a half, you noticed somebody seemed to be watching the 4 of you fairly intently, and couldn't see their left hand.
They're not getting it.
What's important about their hands?
Remember Alexander? Which hand did he lose?
I don't know.
He's all right now.
What?
I used it again. Yeah. Bad joke.
They had fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
In my mind, they're emulating him.
Oh. You think that like the devotees
Maybe
are
to be-
chopping off the left hand?
Yeah,
Why
to
would
be-
you think that?
To become a Alexander cultist, you have to lose your hand.
By fire.
Or, even better yet, he's got some kind of like magical illusion spell that makes him look like different people.
We know he can
Or-
summon a
Oh,
friggin'
good
fire
point. He
vampire.
could be morphin.
Or he has a mask. You know, one of those magical
Yeah.
masks that we like to wear. Like he likes to wear.
So he's kind of. I see what you're saying.
He went to the bottom of the
Um,
Indian Ocean.
With that bit of information, you do realize that every time you notice somebody watching you, you don't see the previous person who was watching you.
I'll
the
relay
train
that
was.
information. That's good.
So they're
So
getting on
he's-
and off the train.
No.
Could be.
No, it's Alexander
Anybody?
watching us, and he's bouncing between bodies,
Where is our doctor of psychology
disguises.
She's
Sick of
back
that.
at the hotel, not feeling
She has
well.
back spasms. She couldn't leave the hotel today.
at? Yeah. I think she needs to assess our friend Al here. When we get
Me?
back to Cairo. Yeah.
I'm fine.
Obviously, you're seeing things.
Yes.
I am not seeing things. I'm not paranoid. It's happening. I may have this thing on my back that could be doing it, but
How many people are on the train?
Well, in the passenger car you're in, probably 40 people.
We only have to kill 40 people maximum.
Cool. Would you have a Molotov cocktail we can just brew and just
Throw
throw
in the
around
car.
here?
Let's just immolate it all.
Yeah.
How about this?
okay. How about the next time I see one, I go talk to him.
Partial. I was thinking that. Or we upgrade our tickets.
I did not know Alexander.
That's correct.
Or we upgrade our tickets and get a private booth.
There's no private rooms
Oh,
available on the train.
It's
Oh,
probably like
you might have a
cargo.
suggestion from the spirits.
Yeah.
Is it possible that Alexander? Is it possible Alexander? That was with woman's son.
That's funny.
Watching on and off. Well, you're either on or you're off. Typical spirits. Kidding. All right.
We'll just hold off on trying to confront somebody. Let's wait till we get to our stop.
Paranoid.
If that person,
Does this thing start vibrating or making cat noises or anything? Or
I
That-
can make some cat noises.
if who's ever watching us gets
The
up,
like-
basket you're carrying?
Yeah.
Does
does it smell like copper? Or
what's the next stop we're
give me a
coming up
stability
to?
roll.
damn it! Why do I ask?
Now you're going to roll a 1.
Well, thanks for that support. Fuck yeah, 1.
It smells like blood. Fresh blood.
Smells like death.
What stop are we coming up to right now?
You are coming up. You're coming up to a stop at a small town about an hour south of Cairo.
Okay.
You're not familiar with it, other than that's the next stop.
All right, we get off at the next stop.
Why?
And abruptly get off at the next stop. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, shit.
What time of day is it when we're going to arrive at that stop?
About 7:15.
So an hour.
No, probably about 8:15. You've been on the train about 2 hours at this point.
Yeah. Get off.
I'm just gonna give somebody an update.
either stay at this town for
is in a
an evening if we have to,
basket on my
or
back.
hitch a ride on a truck or something to Cairo.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
So we're sitting there, train stops, doors open, everyone
I think it's this way.
right before the doors close.
I know. I think it is too because I think there's a
we
bird.
all get up and
Yeah.
get off the train.
Okay.
It would be kind of nice if you could turn it
Did you guys
to counteract
discuss this in
the
advance?
evil one.
Was everyone good with this jumping off the train at the last possible
What?
moment?
What did I miss? We're
What I
jumping
was-
off the
what I
train.
just no.
While it's moving?
No.
No, like
I said we gotta lose this tail. So I said at the next stop we wait for the people to get on, but before the doors close, we just get up and get off the train.
Well, it'd be even, more unexpected to get off with a moving train.
And you have experience of that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be at a town though than in the middle of the desert, just jumping off. Like playing.
It's still going
dinner
to
dates or
Cairo though,
something.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So why not get off, act like we're getting off, and then just get on in another car?
Because the train, the whole point of it is the train doors are going to shut. We're getting off, and that train is going to go. So that way we.
But we're in a town that we don't want to be in.
Well, it's not like
It's
there's
about an
automatic doors. Like there's probably a conductor or somebody. It's
Right.
a regular door.
yeah.
So somebody could still say, hey, I want to get off even after.
Then we play stupid. Oh, this is our stop, and get right back on. If that person, we know this person is watching us.
Yeah.
Lefty there is, we know they're watching us. We get up and get off all of a sudden, and then we see them get up and get off at the other door. We're like, oh wait, this is in Cairo,
Didn't you?
and then get back on.
You wanted to confront him anyway.
You wanted to confront him.
I'm all for it. Let's go. Let's get him off the train and.
I'm trying to ditch the tail. Is what I'm trying to do. If that's not possible, then we'll confront them.
Well, we know where the train tracks go. So if we have to walk for 3 or 4
We don't have to walk. We're
We
in a
could take-
town.
We
can
could take
a
the train to the end of the
transport.
line. That's probably the fewest people left on.
Yeah.
board.
We have tickets to all the way to
For
Fort
when
Said.
we blow them up.
All I'm saying is, I want to see if we can lose the tail.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if anything, we can flush them out too.
Right.
So we know exactly.
Like I said, hey, we get off the train, they jump off, then we think, oh wait, this isn't Cairo. Get back on the
He
train.
keeps changing appearance, so
Yeah, but if you do it quick enough,
Or there's
that
more than
person
one.
who got off the train will either have to get another ticket or do the same thing we did, and then in that case, hey, we know this person's definitely meaning us ill, and then we can confront them if we have to. But hopefully we can just lose them.
All right. Sounds fine.
Okay.
okay.
So that's what you're trying to do.
Yes.
Trying to get tricky.
Yep.
Little.
All right.
This, of course, would not work if, this train actually stays here for, a half an hour. You, jump off. Oh,
It's
no.
not scheduled to. So.
It's like when they pick up the stairs. They usually have those stairs that they put
Right.
Mhm.
down for people to get on and off.
Mhm.
Then we can jump off.
But in my mind, I'm thinking this person is the people that we keep seeing watching us look as though they are native.
Yeah.
We do not.
absolutely.
We can feign, oh wait, this isn't Cairo, and act stupid and get back on the train because we have the tickets for it. Whereas if somebody else is like, oh wait, this isn't Cairo,
Yeah.
be like,
So you guys hop
what
off
do
the
you
train,
want? Exactly.
and the conductor looks kind of annoyed with you from exiting at the last moment.
Mm.
The doors close and the train pulls out.
Nobody from the train gets off the train.
Nope.
Does everybody have their hands?
All 4 of you have as many hands as you did at the start of the adventure.
Does anybody on the platform or wherever?
Nobody seems to be paying you any mind at the moment.
All right, let's find alternate transport to Cairo.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are able to find a farmer who's got a wagon that he's hauling in overnight. Should arrive
In Cairo, probably 2, 3 in the morning.
Okay. Come back tired, get something to eat, and go to sleep.
All right.
Okay. Make your way
Okay.
Yeah.
back to Cairo.
That seemed too easy.
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Yeah, because you're delusional. There's nobody following us.
Okay.
I saw him too. So she's not delusional.
You arrive back in Cairo about 3:30 in the morning. Get to the hotel lobby, and the guy at the counter looks very confused when Kurtz comes walking in. Did you go out again, Dr. Kurtz?
No, we're just coming back.
But you came back hours ago.
How many hands did I have?
I did not count.
I didn't see your hands.
Where did I go?
To the room.
I bolt to the room.
You
Yeah.
better go check on Mahmood.
Yeah. I'm gonna run to the room.
Okay.
I go to the safe. Can I get to the safe?
So you're all take off running to the room?
Yes.
I need to put this thing in something.
Yeah, you can get to the safe. It's open.
Our shit's gone.
Um,
How did he open our safe?
It must have been magic.
you open the safe. Said the door was open.
Yeah.
There's a head inside.
Mahmood.
Damn it!
We'll have to find another innocent sacrifice.
She's so helpful.
All right. Know where I'm.
You play a good crazy person. Thank you.
What was taken?
It's been suggested.
I don't know what you guys have in the safe in the room.
Well, we put most of our stuff in the main hotel vault,
You did.
but we did have some
We had some
stuff.
stuff in here.
I think
Books and
The
stuff.
books that we were reading or
if
something.
memory serves,
Necronomicon?
Azif was in the room.
Was it the
Who was in the room?
The Azif, yeah,
Yeah.
Necronomicon.
You read it?
Well, that
No,
was
he
his,
has it now.
Oh.
So any books that we were reading,
Yep.
you understand, which I don't have any,
Mm-hmm.
but there were a couple.
Go make sure he didn't get to the vault.
They were running downstairs.
I think I
Stuff
was-
downstairs is fine.
Okay. Okay.
I was still carrying the gin though.
Okay.
The book of the that
Okay.
one.
Song of the Gin.
Song of the Gin. All right.
We need to make a police report.
But it wasn't our
Of
book.
what?
There's a
Of
fucking
what?
head in our safe.
Okay.
The police report, we go to the museum and say, hey, somebody stole our book. That's the police report.
No, someone killed that boy.
Oh, I
yeah,
thought you were worried
you
about
find
the book.
you find the rest of the body in the
Right.
bathroom, but yeah.
You guys are worried about the book. I thought you were worried about the book.
Well, yeah, the book
So-
too, but I can't quite tell the cops that there's some occult manual that I'm.
So who's going to the cops?
I am.
Just to be clear, you have witnesses that all four of you came back into town.
All
hours
four
ago.
of us? You said him.
No, that all four of you came back into town
Just
on a
now.
farmer's cart just now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You have witnesses that Kurtz was in the room
Days ago.
hours ago.
Oh, hours ago.
Which is an impossibility because all four of us were on a cart.
That's not an impossibility. You could have a twin brother.
Yeah.
Well, he could have come back by himself,
Right.
then gone back out and come in with you again.
Which we know he didn't do.
Right. Because
Hard
for
to
those
prove.
hours we were on a train, then at the, like the,
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be lying about our trip.
right.
You know, we got off at
Right.
so-and-so town, we procured a ride by a farmer who can tell you that I was in the back of his wagon.
But you also have witnesses that you were here.
Yeah.
So now is he going to be arrested?
No.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
That's
Let
why
you guys talk this through before
Right.
you go to the cops.
Right.
when we go to the cops to report a murder, we'll say an
Now,
imposter.
keep in mind,
Yeah, no. Possible.
you're in Cairo
Right.
in the 20s
Right.
Yeah.
in a very expensive hotel.
Yes.
A local boy
Mhm.
could just be swept under the rug for the right amount of money.
I want no part of that. Actually, I do.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What am I saying? Which game am I playing?
Which character are you playing? Yeah.
Instead of going to the police, we'll talk to the, what are they called? Concierge. Before this, we're going to discuss how enraged we will be at him that an imposter was so easily able to get into our room. And look what they did to our, what do you want to call him? Hired hand,
Your guide.
our guide, and then stole from us.
They are immensely apologetic. They assure you the mess will be cleaned up, and they want to know what valuables you lost so they can appropriately compensate you for them.
I would like to extend my condolences and some money to Mahmoud's family. Or was he?
He was an
He was
orphan.
an
Orphan.
orphan. That's right.
But the concierge will be happy to take
Oh,
the
no,
money.
no.
Okay.
I'll hold off on that. Just
I can't really say what was in them. Just
Well, I mean, we
first
can-
edition books that
Yeah.
you can't get it. You can't put a
Yeah.
price on
We can't put
what was
prices
in there,
on
unfortunately.
Some of these artifacts. Books that we got from the museum curator.
We won't say that either.
Why
We'll
not?
simply say that they were. Hold on. We'll say that the things that were in the safe were of personal value and can't have a price tag associated with them that way. But we understand, we're obviously not going to be staying here anymore if this is. I don't think I could stay in a room that our friend was killed in, or our guide was killed in. We'll have to go somewhere else. We'll leave it at that. Hopefully.
Where is?
I don't want to be like, we lost the Necronomicon. Go find us another one.
Where? More importantly, where is the crook? Our companion.
Oh shit! Yeah. What happened to Diane's character?
Not in.
An important question.
Her head was not in the safe.
Her head was not in the safe. She was heavily
She was at-
medicated.
she was at the chiropractor's.
No, she was probably heavily medicated in her room and missed the
That's where
entire
the
incident.
safe was.
Hmm?
That's where the safe was.
I don't think it was in her room.
Oh man.
Can she be trusted?
She's clearly in on it. Or perhaps she's Alexander. You can't see her left hand. It's under the pillow right now.
It looks like we're finding another damn hotel. And we need to send a message to the good doctor. I'll let you take care of that.
I wasn't done reading that book, man.
No, you were
Have
not.
we asked anybody where they saw our twin go? Anybody see him leave?
Nobody saw him leave.
Maybe he's still here.
Maybe.
Could be.
Locate
Well,
object.
If he
Do you
if
have
he knew
A
where
means
we
of
were
locate
staying,
object?
I don't know. Do I?
I'm not aware of one, but if you do,
I
tell
do!
me.
Yeah, I mean, he seems pretty damn informed. He knew where we were staying.
So no matter where we stay, we are not safe.
Well, we already knew that, but I'm just like, for him to know all of that. You guys didn't want to just show down in the fucking square. Come on.
No.
I told you.
You do find out that that Kurtz had gone to the front desk and said he had misplaced his key, so they had let him back into the room.
We could
So
have taken out
let's
the 40
do some
people in the train
forensics
car.
and get some fingerprints.
We already know who it is. It's not gonna help. It's our alright,
It
no
was him.
companion of ours.
Yeah, it was clearly Kurtz.
Alexander was one of our companions.
He was just on the train.
The train arrived in town about 2.5 hours before you.
How did you know where we were staying?
Exactly. It's called plot armor.
Well, no, you guys have been coming and going to this hotel for about 3 weeks.
Yeah. If he is in league with the Brotherhood, all he had to do was just like whistle, and some Brotherhood person who's been spying on us for the last 2.5 weeks says, "Yeah, they're staying over there."
I thought we got rid of all of our tails at one point.
You did at one point.
For a couple days, probably.
But that was...
You know what? Let's just go to the
well over a week
Winchester,
ago.
get a few pints,
Yeah.
let it all blow over.
Exactly. So,
All right, well. At least I was asking questions.
Well, that wasn't worth it.
Well, we could like search all the other rooms in the hotel if you want. They'll probably kick us out anyway.
We'll set up go to another hotel. We gained absolutely nothing out of this. This was pointless.
I have an artifact on my back. And what am I going to do with that?
It's pointless. We already knew about it.
All right, let's smash it.
It already is.
we need it for dimensions.
We already knew them.
Yeah, we could have got a ruler out and walked to the top of the pyramid, you know.
Well, one thing, I don't think Alexander would come in here and step on the toes of the person who's in charge of Cairo.
No. But are we really going to go and confront Al-Shakti at this point?
He murdered a boy in a hotel.
Murdered our friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's a horrible idea. I'm just saying, how do we plan on doing something like that? We have nothing. Absolutely. This is pointless. This is absolutely pointless. Unless we have a network of an army, there's no way we're going to do anything here. We lost a friend. We lost the Necronomicon. We got a piece of stone. And that's it. We have brought nothing but misery, despair, and crack to everybody we've met.
That's why I like going on these side quests so much.
Do you need a pity cape?
No, I'm just saying. I'm
Eat some
done. I
worms
think I'm
or-
done with this.
We need setbacks to motivate us to go forward.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying my character is thinking this is fucking hopeless. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Well, if you're looking for some kind of
Inspiration?
encouragement,
Yeah.
I have no interpersonal. I could totally.
That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm
I
saying
could
is,
discourage you even
what
more.
I'm saying is, what are we going to do here? What can we do?
Well, what can we do? We haven't gone to Memphis yet.
Yeah,
so
we
look
still
at
have to go to
that dig.
Memphis.
Again, what
We
are we
don't-
going to do? If there's a fucking army of these guys that are going to summon whatever the fuck it is, hippopotamus people, what are we going to do against that?
I do believe we did come across a god and kind of.
I don't know. I'm still disbelieving of that. I think it was like a illusion.
Oh, that was all an illusion?
Yeah, I think it was. That's my justification.
Do not know what we're gonna do. I think we need to be aggressive right now.
In what way?
We know where Al-Shakti lives. I don't know if he knows we know. But we know three of us at least know how to make bombs. We burned down the Miser house.
Scorched Earth didn't really help us last time. I mean,
Sure it did.
But it was fun.
It
it
slowed
was
down.
fun. But
It crippled the cult financially, at least in England.
didn't solve the problem though.
Well, you know, my assumption coming to Egypt wasn't that we were going to like win this region in the first shot.
No. My assumption when we came here was to seal the thing up.
You thought we were going to win in the first.
But we need to put an end to the cult. So we to really cleanse this area, and this area has
A
to
nuclear
be
bomb
cleansed.
didn't get rid of a cult.
Well, we don't know that really. We don't know what the consequences.
Well,
of
wait.
are.
Just to clarify, you nuked an island.
Right.
The
So.
call was on the mainland.
Exactly.
Alright.
Yeah.
All I'm
I was
saying
there,
is
I
that
remember.
And the island was nothing more.
this is
than,
just seeming more and more hopeless the more we go through it.
Wait a minute.
He needs some sleep.
Yeah.
You just need to rest.
Yeah,
I'll be okay. in the morning.
Our shrink will come back. She'll-
She's resting.
Wow.
She's getting recharged.
You know, so far,
We have absolutely no allies here. None.
sure we do.
What's his face
We
at the
have one.
museum?
The doctor, he's not going to lift a finger against this cult.
No, we have, well, maybe
The only ally we had has his head inside of a safe. It wasn't much of an ally, but it was something.
and the Bast woman, the priestess of Bast.
He was more concerned about spreading the gospel of cats than giving a shit about any of this.
She knows the Brotherhood and easily killed off 6 of them.
I disappear off into the bedroom.
Okay.
Never to be seen again.
What I'm saying is, what if we just ditch Cairo? It's just there's too much here. What are we going to do against it? Honestly,
Well, we did blow up the mummy, and we don't know if that affected anything or not.
We have.
We don't know if there's some kind of supernatural bad thing here. We could just continue on and find out what it is
Now
and
wait a
then
minute.
run away.
Wait, you do know there's supernatural bad things here.
yeah, we
but
met.
we don't know what they are.
That's okay.
That was the point I was trying to make.
Okay.
So there was a red hole and there was a green staircase. And we never fully explored those areas. We just blew up the mummy and ran through the black hole.
Mm-hmm.
So those are 2 areas we haven't dealt with. We haven't looked at the other dig site. We don't know what's there. The point I'm trying to make
If
is we
it's-
could still bravely run away. But we could like run away when we're totally like, you know, the government's trying to hunt us down. You know, once we get to the point where we're criminals and we gotta like leave. We haven't reached that.
So, do we shift how we operate then?
Well, I think the shock of seeing the corpse of an 11-year-old boy may have put Kurtz on more of a warpath. I mean, if we need to put on some fucking black suits and, like, go sneak to El Shakti's place and start killing people, maybe
I've been
that's what we
praying to
gotta do.
Isis.
Okay.
Maybe that's
You're
what we
looking for
gotta do.
guidance?
I mean,
I can summon a
Yeah,
fire demon.
I can summon the faceless master of the desert. You want to talk to him? He can give you some pep talk.
I don't even need to talk to this thing. I just need to summon it and be like, do your thing. I'm running.
You're missing my point. I'm just seeing this as futile at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But we could still gain some information before we run away. We still don't know a lot of stuff. You see, the problem is, like, for example, the problem when we left China was we still don't know what we have to do with the cult on the mainland. They're still missing holes. We could still find out information and then run away. Yes, we're not going to be able to defeat this area. But we don't know what the supernatural stuff is yet.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's just get to the point where we have to run away.
We've been
away.
successful here. We banished the entity in the bent pyramid. I think that is a huge step on purifying this area. We're halfway. We destroyed the ritual or the resurrection site of Nitocris and completely destroyed her body. I think she was integral to what is going on here because of the history that she has at being the queen to Nephron Ka, who was the avatar, maybe, of the Black Pharaoh in the whatever dynasty this all happened. So them together were the power of Egypt then, and the dark power in Egypt then. We destroyed half of that power. So half of that power is gone.
But we're not going to be able to
How
seal
do you
the
know?
thing
Yeah, like
by the time the next full moon occurs. We're not going to make that deadline. I never thought we would.
It's 15 days away. I mean, so, and now we have, I think they're aggressive right now because they are on the defensive. We have put a dent in their power here, regardless of how many people they have against 6, which is problematic. But
you get what I'm saying. We're kind of like on a pier. We got nobody to fall back on.
mm-hmm.
So what's
Well,
the difference if we run or stay? Because we got nobody anywhere else either.
Well, then, like I'm saying, do we stop? Do we take off the gloves? That was my main point of this whole thing. Like, this is pretty damn futile. The way we've been doing things is pretty damn futile. So either we get a hell of a lot more radical about it, or we find people who don't like them as much as we do. I'm sure you got to step on a lot of toes to become king of shit hill. So,
well, there's other avenues we haven't considered yet because we just haven't really discussed any of this stuff. There is.
Well, I suggested a long time ago, go back to South America and go back to the original temple and do research and figure out who built it. Who are those people? The people that have created the prison, you know, they might still have followers. They might still exist today. We don't know. We never did any research on any of that.
Like that secret brotherhood in Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark. The secret brotherhood.
I'm just saying, like, what we've been doing isn't effective. We spent
an entire day, we ended up negative on it. But that's been par for the course. We've been ending up negative on all of this stuff, except New York, which we had resources to help with.
No, we're crawling forward, I think. I don't think we're doing anything backwards.
Something's really affected you today.
Yeah.
I think we're crawling forward.
Well, he didn't get to confront Alexander, I think. But
No, it's more than that.
We could have
It's
killed
more
the
than
people.
It's more than that.
We could have
yeah.
killed all the people on the train. I suggested this.
It's your new favorite book.
I think we're crawling forward. I think we've done a lot of damage to the cult here, or at least to their power here. And, you know, something to think about, it may be like some of that power, some of the actual raw power that, like, Shakti is able to draw from is the fact that the deity at the bent pyramid is giving him that, but the being isn't there. So he has lost physical power, even if his influence is still enormous.
I don't know about that. Like, there's no proof to that. It's just conjecture.
Sure, I think they're aggressive because they're on the defensive right now, and that might be good for us. But I don't think we should leave Cairo. Not until it is certain that we cannot do anything else. And right now, we just had a bad day. That's literally where we're at. This morning, we gathered a bunch. You know, like literally everything that just happened in this session was a day. We had a bad day. We can have bad days.
I don't see us doing like you said. It's all conjecture at this point. Whatever dent we've put in,
I think it's significant.
I don't know.
Over the course of 3 weeks, I think we've done significant harm.
Yeah, we didn't know that the witch woman was as hurt as she was. We didn't know what information she had. We had no idea. So yeah, that was a useless side quest. But we didn't get killed. You know.
I'm just saying, the whole game we've been doing the same type of tactics, right?
Yep, let's do something different then.
Let's do something different.
Am I having any luck? Is
You
anything-
are praying fervently. Fervently.
Am I hearing voices yet?
You probably are hearing voices,
But no information.
no information shared, and the voices might be Kurtz and O'Donnell shouting back and forth at each other.
So the other strategy is spend like 6 months researching books. We got plenty of books if you want to lose
We
some
do the
sanity.
whole fight fire with fire.
I can like go to the cat people for 6 months or whatever. We haven't done that.
We do have, I mean, like I said, I can summon a fucking fire demon.
It's not gonna do much good. I mean,
Why not?
personally to you, like you summon it and then what happens?
Well, what kind of fire are you talking
Hey.
about?
When I say fire with fire, like we take the kids' gloves off. We stop operating with a moral code.
I never had a moral code. I keep suggesting things. We
It's
could
true.
have killed all the people on the train. I was not joking about that. We could have
Right.
went through the car and anybody that was missing can.
You could have used a fire demon to cleanse the car.
Yeah. Like we don't need to like contain or banish the fire demon.
If
We
the
just need
justifi-
to summon it and run.
If the justification is the entire world's going to end if we don't succeed, then yes, collateral damage is acceptable if you want to look at it that way. I can morally justify it if that's what you need.
We do have the book technically that does give us more information about summoning and banishing and controlling the fire demon. That wasn't stolen.
Yeah.
So we could spend time doing research. I mean, and then it just our scale just slides forward.
Yeah, we
another
just don't know.
6 months.
That's right. We just don't know how much stronger the bad guys get while we're
Yeah.
doing that 6 months.
Or
I
how
mean,
safe we're gonna be, like in that time. You know, like you know those like what's it called in like a movie where there's like
A montage.
a montage, right? Like how, like what kind of montage are we thinking about here? Are we acting
Like-
tomorrow, like
like-
literally the day after today, to
go
do
off
some
on our
stuff,
own. Yep.
or are we gonna like stick together and montage us continually trying to weaken the cult in some way, like figure out the location of the third object, that the belt, the girdle, right? Are we going to research the girdle? Are we going to do that kind of thing? We're going to spend time researching, and then maybe use some of these artifacts against them.
Well, we got about 10 minutes left, and I don't think we're going to solve that in this time.
No.
So
No.
why don't we take that up as a point of discussion to have over the next week using the chat and the Facebook page. And if anybody's watching along at home and has advice on what we should do,
Yeah.
by all means share your opinions. But this is probably as good a stopping point as we're going to hit, with 3 of our characters arguing strategy and another frantically praying to a god who has saved you all once before. With that in mind, we'll call this a stopping point for this week, and hopefully we'll be back to pick up next week. Thank you to everyone watching
Thank
along.
you.